$175 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Yellowstone fans, your journey into the Yellowstone universe starts here.
Let's go to work.
Join Bobby Bones on the official Yellowstone podcast as he dives deep into the franchise's legacy. From exclusive cast interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make Yellowstone a global phenomenon.
I look forward to it.
Listen now on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the iHeart app, search the official Yellowstone podcast, and start listening today.
Look at all the complaints that our competitors have on their BBB ratings. GiveMeTheVin.com is a 5-star rated company. We do what we say we're going to do. It's that easy.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Hey, this is Russ Rollins. You know, Solar Source, they just keep making my life better. Pool heated, taken care of. Battery backup for power outages, that is all covered thanks to Solar Source. And now they're going to install a solar electric system to wipe out my power bill. They're awesome to work with, and it's a great company. Customer service is really awesome with Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. Call Solar Source today. The future is solar power.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code 2025radio to get $40 off your first month. Begin your journey with Mochi Health at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The news News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, January 27th, 2025. Lots to get you today, from Trump's big tariff win to the new AI app at the top of the charts. And the Super Bowl is all set for the Chiefs vs. Eagles showdown. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, hanging in there. It's a nice weekend, enjoyable, relaxing.
Oh, the sun came out.
Oh my God! Finally, the country is warming up a little bit. We're coming back to life. I mean, not much, but it's a little bit is all that matters. It's enough to nudge us in the right direction today, I think. Anything exciting or interesting or mysterious happened during your weekends?
Multiple of mysterious and exciting things. I think the latest, most important. Mind you, I've got a new roommate now, guys.
Why are you saying roommate? Roommate is a
roommate
weird
lover.
Yeah. Well,
my girlfriend moved in this weekend officially, which is very exciting. But
Any fights yet? Any fights or no?
No fights whatsoever. As a matter of fact, we both agreed upon dealing with it later.
Yeah.
So we stuffed everything in.
Oh, so there were some potential fights that have been just shelved.
No, just as far as like all the things that need to be organized.
Yeah.
We just put into one room and shut the door, and we will not look at it until throughout the week.
Can I pick
is
at
fine.
a potential problem?
Calling her roommate?
No, that might be one. But
it's an inside joke. That's funny, just for me, I think.
With your girlfriend moving in and you guys now sharing the same space, I know she's a bit of a fashionista.
Yes,
she's big into fashion. She probably has, I'm just taking a wild guess, a whole lot of clothes to put somewhere.
Yes, that's right.
Has there been a territorial fight over where stuff is going to go, or has that not come into play?
But it's not come into play because I realized, yes, I don't need an entire closet for costumes. So what I did, I bought a trunk. I bought a rack, and it took me a long time to build it, but I felt accomplished when I did. So I put those things on there. And now we are figuring out the closet stuff. But yeah, I mean, since December, I've been trying to purge a bunch of clothes. There are a lot of things that I need to get rid of and don't need.
Right.
And so, we'll be well on our way to figuring out where everyone's things are going.
This is a big move. For those of you who don't know,
Oh
Sabrina is not, I do not say this in a mean way. I'm not saying Sabrina is a hoarder, because she's not a hoarder. But she is a collector of things, and she ends up with lots of weird things, like she was saying. When she says her costume collection, she's not joking about a costume collection. She literally has more costumes in a collection than I think probably anybody listening to this show has right now.
Obviously. Yeah.
So when you part ways with those things, was there anything you had to let go of where you were like, oh, man, I don't want to get rid of this right now?
I tried to just get Marie Kondo up in me, and I said, thank you for the
didn't your roommate have something to say about that?
No. Lesbian joke. And some stuff brought me joy, and other stuff I'm like, I haven't touched it in a while. And I also think that when it comes to costumes, like, for example, the New Year's Eve party, it was wig themed. There, I could bring out the organized box of wigs that I have. So I'm going to do the same for the costumes. I don't need them to be hung. I can have them in an organized box.
Good move. All right. That sounds right.
As that. But yeah, I have a lot of crap. It's an organized hoarder, socially acceptable hoarding.
Yeah.
Can we
take just a moment here and say that there was something pretty astonishing that happened this weekend?
Okay, so I was hoping you were going to bring that up.
Something that we all need to truly embrace here.
Maybe I'm not thinking of the same thing.
Jackson walked for the first time.
Right.
No.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was the video.
At home.
It's a video, and he did one of these, Sabrina, where he's like,
can we see it? Are we not?
He went
see it?
Good.
It's on Instagram.
Is it on your Instagram?
Yeah.
It's C-Lane Instagram. So Jackson, he walked
It's on my
full-fledged.
story.
All right, let me see what I'm finding here. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Jackson. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Look
that,
at
friends,
those legs.
is point A to point B. He made it from point A to point B. This kid is walking now. New level unlocked, C-Lane says, with Jackson.
Exciting. Congratulations, Pops.
Exciting and also dangerous because now he can make his way anywhere around that house of yours before too long.
It was like, he's over the last couple weeks had a couple moments where he's taken a couple steps and then realized he's done it and been like, whoa. And then all of a sudden we got him to start doing it. And we had this like really creepy toy that's a bear that plays peekaboo.
Okay.
But he's broken it. So it used to like take a cloth and hide its face.
Yeah.
But Jack somehow massacred one of its arms, so only one arm works now. So it looks like it's just waving a white flag, like it's surrendering.
I'm sorry. I'll never peekaboo again.
And it has like a, hi, baby. Peekaboo's the most fun with you. It does that. And he loves it. He thinks it's hilarious. So we just kept tossing it between each other to try and get him to walk to it. And then he started, and I was like, all right, here goes. Here goes.
Oh, look at him go. He's going to be driving before you know it. He'll be getting a job before you know it. It's all going to happen right before your eyes. Big moment there for Jackson with his first steps.
What did you think the big thing was, Sabrina?
Oh, I went to Acrocats.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Can we talk about this? Stop having a negative impact on my life, please. All right?
How was it a negative impact? It's something that you guys had talked about. Of course, I was going to bring it up to Courtney to see if she wanted to go.
I was just enjoying my weekend, having a good time, and all of a sudden, Courtney gets super excited. And I said, there can be no excitement around here. What's happening? And she goes, oh, my God. Sabrina just sent me this event tonight. We have to get tickets. She's like trying to put tickets in the shopping cart and stuff. She's like, oh, I don't know if I can get them. And I go, well, what is it? What are we talking about here? And she goes, oh, it's Aristocats. And I said, what the hell are you talking about? And she goes, oh, it's this amazing. And I go, what the hell's going on?
It's world famous Acrocats.
World famous in air quotes, please, okay? World famous in air quotes.
It was something to behold, I'll tell you
What was the crowd like at a cat show where the cats do a big performance and stunts and stuff?
Almost completely sold out, I'll tell you that much. And it was, as far as the cat's performance, great. As far as from beginning to end, interesting.
Yeah.
The production value is something to behold. Whether the props on the stage versus the funny jokes that they all made versus it's not all cats, there's a chicken and rats involved. So the biggest thing is, like, I remember seeing this online before. I did not know that they were on tour until this past weekend was Science on Tap, and that happened to be around the same venue, and therefore a good friend of mine saw the tour bus that says Acrocats, so we immediately got tickets.
I thought the prices were a little steep for the Acrocats. I thought they were getting a little asky.
How much was Acrocats? They don't have to pay the cats.
They were up there, but they fund the cats. Like, it's this the foster thing.
What
they
were the
work
prices?
Work with local. I mean, if you're asking me,
she's not answering for a reason.
If you're asking me, it was $40 for a ticket. If you're asking,
$40 for some ragamuffin cats.
Did you play the video I just sent you?
No, hang on. You're not going to sell me on this, though. I don't.
Well, you can't be sold anymore. They've already moved on to their next destination on the world tour.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, folks. We're currently looking at cats in a band.
This is the Rock Cats. Thank you very much.
The Rock Cats is a cat playing the drums, a cat playing guitar, and a cat on the keyboard.
Oh, but wait, there's more. There is Cluck Norris on the cymbal.
A little more guitar.
Oh, my God.
A little more.
What a scene.
Take it to the bridge.
This is chaotic.
You imagine the balls of charging $40 a ticket to this?
Ask Austin, because he paid more to be there for the meet and greet. They kicked us all out.
Wait.
Who are not part of the meet and greet.
Our Austin paid more to meet the cats.
He sent me the video, and I looked at the angle. And I'm like, oh my God, you're part of the meet and greet row. At the end of it, because we didn't know when it was ending. They were like, all right, A through J, you guys stay in, and these are the cats you can't pet. This is the cat you can pet. Everyone else, goodbye. And I'm like, no finale. And we awkwardly walked out, and Austin was part of the meet and greet row.
What an event.
I was very entertained, very confused, and all around, I'll check it off the list.
I feel
lifetime.
like this is it's not a
I've
grift.
already checked it off the list for lifetime by not going.
Wait until Jackson gets a hold of these photographs.
Jack.
Did you guys not go to a cat show?
We did.
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
one time.
So it's not crazy that I sent that over as a recommendation.
No, it was a great recommendation. It almost worked. I had to put my foot down to stop the acro cats from being a thing, and me being in the front row next to Austin, just shaking my head repeatedly. But it looks like it was a good time. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you got out to the Aristocats or whatever they're Acrocats.
Acrocats, thank you.
Let's get started. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we start out on a basketball court, which makes it all the more weird that the person on the basketball court is playing a different sport entirely. This gentleman has a club in his hand. It's a long putt, but it's a putt for a brand new car. Can he make it? Get in the hole! Get in the hole! Oh! Full court putt wins him a brand new car. And I saw some people who are like the car dealership that put this up must have been so mad. They must have been so angry about this. I have a little balloon pop moment for you. Whenever you see these things, whenever there's if you get a hole in one, you win a car on this hole here. Whenever you see anything like that, it's just prize insurance. That's all it is. They buy prize insurance. A brand new car is maybe $700, $1,000 at the most. And if somebody wins, then the company pays out and gets them the car. If somebody doesn't win, which is 99.9% of the time, the company takes your money and moves on to the next prize thing. So they're not out real big if somebody wins a car.
If the person wins and gets the car, does your rate for prize insurance go up? Or
I don't know. I don't know if that they're like, this one a little too lucky over here. I'm not sure. But they don't lose big when that happens, although a lot of people think that's the case. Okay, we have so many things to walk you through today in the world of everything viral, and that, as always, we are going to do. We'll also be joined by our friend Amy Kaufelt. Yes. She will be hanging out with us a little bit later on in the show, in fact, less than an hour. We got a guy who people are demanding that he be released today, even though he allegedly threatened to kill the president. So we need to dig down to the bottom of this story and see what happened. What were these threats about? What did this guy actually post? Should he be released? And what happened with Trump and Colombia and the tariffs over the weekend? Tons of stuff to get to. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
We are Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And, hey Google, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
I would be happy to.
There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for on the roadways here on Hoffner Avenue, east of Hansel Avenue, where Town Center Boulevard meets Orange Blossom Trail. Traffic is up to speed on most of the major roadways, although on I-4, you could expect your regular delays before US 27 and after State Road 429, and between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast. Freshen up your morning with a Wendy's Breakfast, like a breakfast Baconator, or a grilled sausage breakfast burrito, or even a Honey Buddy. Ready for a fresh wake-up call? Gotta be Wendy's. Available at participating U.S. Wendy's.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions,
first responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So Let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance, but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news. A CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
MegaCon Orlando is where fandoms collide. Your favorite celebrities, voice actors, and comic creators will all be at the Orange County Convention Center from February 6th through the 9th. Tickets on sale now at megaconorlando.com.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
The new iHeart app.
Yeah, I've been playing around with it.
Love my radio. Love my presets.
Thank you.
This is really easy to use.
Join the millions already on the new and improved iHeartRadio app and set your first preset. Plus, discover the new live radio dial, scan, lyrics, podcasts, playlists, and your favorite artist's radio.
Open the app and everything's right there. I love it.
The new and improved iHeartRadio app. It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand.
Go get it.
iHeartRadio.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
Tell us what your opinion is on everything happening today in the world or what we're talking about here on the show. How do you do that? Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Let's talk about this guy who got arrested in West Palm Beach for making threats to Trump on social media. Did he deserve it? Because some people are like friends and stuff and just people who followed him online are saying they need to free this guy.
Oh.
They need to let him out. Now, I don't know that they're going to let him out because when they busted him for these threats against the president, he also had some cocaine on him, which is, as far as I know, illegal. And you're not allowed to have that yet.
Well,
and
which of these crimes is more bond-outable?
As they say, right? Yeah. I would guess the drugs part. Yeah, I would guess that would be the one. But I want to know, what was it here? Like, because it's such a fine line sometimes. What did you post? I got people who I know on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, on all the different platforms that one might imagine, who post stuff sometimes that I go, ooh,
Facebook,
I don't know.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see
That's
this?
pretty close. That's right on the line there. You might get a knock at your door later on today, you nut job. And this guy is the one that this happened to. And his name is Shannon Atkins. And people are calling for his release with hashtag Free Shannon online.
Atkins already taken for some reason.
Shannon Atkins. Yeah, Free Atkins might be a whole different movement entirely. They announced his arrest, the police did, West Palm Beach Police, this Saturday. They said an Okeechobee man provided a tip. Somebody ratted him out for a social media post. They said the threats were made against President Donald Trump. Atkins, 46, was arrested after he posted a series of violent threats. They also found 3 bags of cocaine in his possession when he was arrested. Now, here's what his friends are saying. We don't know if we're to agree with them or the cops or what. We'll hear the case in a second, but it made me very sad because I feel like they're bogus charges, says Rochelle Young, a friend of his. I feel like it was something that was made up. Young is defending Atkins and says he makes many jokes on social media. The reporter learned that Atkins is a member of the LGBTQ community. I don't know what that has to do with this at all, but
that means you're allowed to make jokes.
You're allowed to. You're allowed to. All right. Okay. He's a jokester. He likes to make people laugh. He wouldn't hurt a fly, and it would hurt a lot to see him behind bars like this. He's a chef, an artist, a performer, a big mama. A terrorist is not one of them. Whatever happened to freedom of speech, the friends are saying of this gentleman. But is he actually a bad guy? The West Palm Beach police say yes. Let's see what they said at the press conference. Maybe we can get some of the actual evidence here to see if this guy should be behind bars.
Okay, I'm Chief Tony Araujo. You got the spelling, but I'll say it again, Araujo.
Got it.
Chief of Police with the City of West Palm Beach. With me over my right shoulder, Deputy Chief at Department Shearer. Assistant Chief Musco, who oversees the
Okay, there is a meme on the corner of the screen that I'm imagining is from this guy, and it said, all stood up to Democrats, all were shot, and it's got Abraham Lincoln, JFK, Trump pumping his fist. I can't see much more than that just yet, but there is something in the shot here.
Our Criminal Investigations Division. Assistant Chief Spatera runs operations. Some of the detectives involved, Detective Lieutenant DeVito, who oversees our...
let's get past the intros here. He's just doing the old runaround here.
I'm giving it to you. The victim in this case is the President of the United States.
All right.
Donald J. Trump. You'll see that in the probable cause affidavit once it becomes public record. I want to give you a series of the chain of the events of how this happened.
All right, get to it, buddy.
How we arrived at probable cause. It'll be a quick snapshot.
You sure?
So, I want to announce the arrest of the suspect in this case. His name is Shannon Atkins. He's a male, 46 years of age, who resides in the city of West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Timeline. On January 19th, late, a tip was given to the FBI National Threat Operations Center. It was given to them by a gentleman that resides in Okeechobee.
So I don't even know who this other dude was. This was just some other guy online that saw the posts and said, I'm going to actually report these to the FBI.
That meme right there.
This among, I'm assuming others, because this one just says all stood up to Democrats and all were shot. And I can't see any text with it at all. It looks like a story, actually. It looks like posted on a story on social media. But I can't see that this would be actionable, the particular one that they're showing here.
No.
If this is their grade A example, it just says all stood up to Democrats, all were shot. And it's got Abraham Lincoln, Reagan, MLK Jr. That doesn't seem like enough to get the guy to me. Maybe they got more.
He reported the threats were posted on Facebook. They were violent, rhetoric, political views, in his opinion, aimed at the president. Very early on January 20th,
this guy is so slow.
Detective that's assigned to the FBI task force began working the case, and he too found the disturbing post. Some of the posts were Lincoln, JFK, Reagan, Martin Luther King, and Trump. Atkins posted, unfortunately,
honestly,
one is still alive.
It says, unfortunately, one is still alive. Yeah, it's still not actionable. That's still not going to be.
I'm waiting
the
to
next
see
line is what's.
Is it? Okay.
Kind of.
He wrote something to that effect. He also wrote another saying, bullets, please. Jesus, save America.
Okay.
Another one he wrote, I've been banned from X because I said I hope and pray someone kills him. We haven't had an assassination in years.
Okay, now we're going there.
The post that this gentleman posted.
Also, to the friends that came out, these don't seem like jokes to me. Maybe I'm just missing the joke part, but
I will have to agree. Don't see where the ha-ha comes into play. However, I do have to say, like, is this still teetering as a threat?
If it just stopped at, unfortunately, one of them is still alive, I don't see that as a threat. I just see it as poor taste.
Bullets, please. Is calling for somebody to kill the president.
Yeah,
and that's probably where he's going to find him. And I don't even know if they would still get him on court with that. It's still not explicit, but he said, somebody please make this happen. Clearly, this guy is edging at things and getting as close to it as he possibly can. But it's harder than you think. You can say a lot of stuff and still not actually break the law because our freedom of speech laws are pretty strong in this country. I wonder, is there going to be a lot more of this now? Because I'm telling you, I've seen amongst people I know online stuff pretty close to this. And now if other people just go, hey, FBI, hey, here's what and they start ratting everybody out, this could be even bigger. What do you think? Let's see if there's anything else that he drops here as far as the posts go.
After probable cause was established, we began our surveillance using our CID, our Criminal Investigations Division. Some of these officers you see up here are detectives, and our TAC unit. Mr. Atkins has 2 residences in the city of West Palm Beach.
Must be nice. Guy's got 2 houses. That's all they're going to say as far as the evidence of the posting itself.
I mean, I watched SNL yesterday, and there was a joke that was starting off about if Trump and Abraham Lincoln had met, or it was like comparing President Trump and Abraham Lincoln, and I was like, this cannot go where I think it's going to go, is it? And it didn't. It actually the joke paid off well, but I was like, yeah, that would be real, even for SNL, real shady or real shaky.
Did you see the bit about how to get young guys who just refuse to go to the doctor?
Yeah, the podcast one. So good.
So
my
good.
gosh.
The joke is that young men they just refuse to go to the doctor, like they're scared or whatever.
The age range they named was you and me. I mean, you've actually aged out of that, but
ouch.
But yeah, it was. And they're like, oh, join Medcast instead.
It's not a podcast, but they feel like it's a podcast because that's where they get all their medical information from.
So the guys sit down and there's a doctor talking to them, and it's like it's an interview, but it's just the doctor asking medical questions.
How's your stool? Been pretty good? Lit. That's sick.
That was a pretty good idea. I thought that was kind of funny of them to come up with that. All right, what do you think about all this? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. We got some of those rolling in right now. And we also have the Super Bowl is set, everybody. Super Bowl Licks. L-I-X. Super Bowl Licks will be the Chiefs versus the Eagles.
Again.
Wow. Yeah, the showdown everybody was waiting for once more. And you got Patrick Mahomes, big star, huge star out there, the Kansas City Chiefs, leading them to the big game once more.
Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
You got the other guy who's with Taylor Swift on the other side of the field there, and you have
Mama Kelsey can just wear one jersey this time.
Yes,
that's true. Yeah, February 9th is the game, so not even too far away. And people are starting to buzz about the halftime show. People are starting to talk about the game. People in Philadelphia did the regular, which is hit the streets and start breaking stuff.
Hey, you guys.
Freak out. I saw some guy
win this freaking bowl.
I don't get this. Huge street party. Thousands of people in the streets of Philadelphia. And in the middle of all the partying, people dancing around and bopping and stuff, guy puts his gun straight up in the air and just goes, pop, pop, pop. And I go, what? What's the point of this?
Let everyone know he has his gun.
Yeah, I love this so much, folks, that I'm going to fire off a gun. I want to show you just how excited I am. I'm going to fire off a gun straight up into the air without thinking that perhaps these projectiles may come down at some point in time. And the bullet that you shot up is indeed going to come down. It's going to fall back down to earth and maybe right into somebody's skull.
There's somebody in court right now, I believe, that fired the gun in the air for New Year's or something and killed somebody.
Did they get charged with the actual death of the person?
I believe so. I think it's ongoing, but yeah.
It's insane. Like, what possesses somebody to go, this is what the good idea is in this moment? I'm all for, they should find this guy. He's clearly on video, taking those people and making an example out of them. This isn't some third world country where we pull out AKs and we celebrate by firing them off at the clouds. Although people tend to shoot at stuff like hurricanes in the state of Florida, at least. We got to be better than this. Party, enjoy yourself. I'm so happy for you. Eagles fans, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Chiefs fans, you too. All right? Congrats. You made it into the Super Bowl.
Man, this guy just loves a good game of football.
Yeah.
I'm going to Rob Lowe it. I'm just put the NFL hat on. I'm just going to sit there and watch the game. Sports. Be excited. Maybe check in with some Taylor Swift updates if they're still doing that. I don't know if that's still happening out there, but it's all going down for Super Bowl licks. And that is, as I said, February.
Big Feb.
February 9th is when that happens at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Should be a good time. All right, we want to hear from you. We'll get to some of those dispatches when we come back. There was some stuff this weekend with Columbia, the country, not the university, and back and forth with our president fighting against their president. They could not be more politically different. What happened? What went down behind the scenes? We'll dive into that and see if it was a win for Trump. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at CoolToday.com.
Good Monday morning, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson. And despite the fact that you might want a jacket this morning, we're going to be seeing a nice warm up and a really beautiful day unfold by later this afternoon. We'll see a mix of sunshine and clouds until skies give way to mostly clear conditions as we head over the course of the afternoon and evening. Temperatures today will be on the seasonable but warm side. It's going to feel very comfortable with a high of 73 degrees. We'll continue to warm things up through the end of the week with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s by Friday and Saturday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by In Touch Ministries.
Listen to the In Touch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the In Touch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers listen to, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Well, did you know that losing weight doesn't have to be as complicated as you think? Hey, it's Sisney. Future Health, the best online weight loss program, is both simple and affordable. Future Health is going to connect you with doctors who specialize in GLP-1s. I know you've heard about GLP-1s. They go by a lot of different names, hard to pronounce names like Ozempic and semaglutide, but they all work the same way and they all work well. With Future Health, you'll get access to those leading weight loss meds and enjoy ongoing support from a network of over 6,000 licensed physicians and pharmacies nationwide. Just go to tryfh.com. That's all you have to do. Tryfh.com. And you can find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes. Again, that's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Before the Great American Race on Sunday, the high banks of Daytona heat up with a Saturday night showdown in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Experience the intense competition up close on the sport's biggest stage to kick off the 2025 season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets start at just $49, and kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Secure your seats now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office, Orlando.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCO Radio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about recruiting, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's expresspros.com.
New Year's resolution is to sell your home? Get a guaranteed cash offer today at thenicklygroup.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real, no radio, radio, 104.1.
the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
There's a lot involved in this, and we'll talk about what happened just so you can be all caught up. If your smart friends are talking about tariffs, you'll know what's going on. That is coming up in just a moment on the show. Real quick, before we get into Trump and Colombia, I want to toss out a poll here, and I just want to get the temperature of the room, because I've seen they're going to start to trot out RFK Jr. He's going to be out and doing the confirmation hearings and all that kind of stuff this week. And I saw an interview with him, and I said, I wonder how people feel about this. And over the years, we've had all of these different things. Well, we're going to take the food pyramid, and we're going to turn it into a food decagon or whatever, octagon, and we're going to change this.
Do people still use the food pyramid?
I don't know.
The last time I saw it was when I was in elementary school.
Yes, me too, because they put them up in the cafeteria. And like, reminder, little kids. And all of these things that have been tried over the years are cutting out the simple fact that if people just exercise and burn more calories than they take in, they're going to be much better off in terms of their health. But RFK Jr. is saying, we have tried all of these things. Here's what I propose. And he's saying that every obese American should be able to get access to Ozempic. And if we gave essentially every fat person in the United States of America Ozempic, we would be better off because those people would lose weight and they'd be healthier afterwards because of shedding those pounds.
Okay.
I want to know what people think about that. Would you be okay with the new administration coming in and going, everybody who's fat, free Ozempic? Free Ozempic for everybody who's overweight. Because
overweight
we have
or obese?
Obese. Everybody who's obese. Everybody who's like clinically obese. You go to the doctor says, okay, you're clinically obese. Here you go. Here's your Ozempic. If we did that.
Clinically sounds so much nicer than morbidly.
It does, doesn't it? But you get the point. You go to the doctor tells you you're clinically obese, and they go, here's your Ozempic. It's free. It's paid for by the government. Would you be in support of that is my question. So hit us up with your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com and let us know what you think. I think this could be it's a long-term thing, because at first Ozempic isn't cheap, but if you pay for every fat person who wants it to have Ozempic, you're spending a lot of money. But in the long run, if a lot of people in the United States lose a lot of weight, you'll probably have less health problems in 10, 20 years.
Oh, absolutely.
Moving down the road.
And it's expensive, I imagine, because of how that all works with the companies that are fronting it. So if they get a deal with the government, it might not be as expensive. You're getting, cost.
Oh, I would
now
hope
you're
so.
not getting you're getting the generic version of Ozempic. GL1Ps or something like that. What is it called?
I know what you're talking about. What's the generic name for all these damn things?
Well, they're all a little different. They're all in the category of, I think, GLP-1 is what you're getting at.
Yeah.
But I don't know that there is a generic Ozempic. Yeah, there might be. They're all the category like semaglutides.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, but there's got to be a cheaper version, especially if you were buying it for everybody. I want to see if that's popular or not.
You go to the compound pharmacy and they mix it with B12. That's how it gets cheaper.
Oh, really? Okay. That sounds like a plan. If you're going to do so many people, you need to bring it down as low as you possibly can, I would guess. But we'll see what you think about that. Meanwhile, this weekend, here is the showdown that occurred. First, we had Trump getting all these people. He says they're violent offenders. They're in this country illegally. We're going to round them up, and we're going to send them back to their country of origin. And in case you don't know, a lot of these people come from Colombia. I think about 10% of Colombia's population left the country, and most of those people came into the United States of America, a lot of them illegally. And when we were taking some of these folks this week who were criminals and here illegally and sending them back, Colombia, at least temporarily, said, we're going to refuse these 2 planes that are coming in to the country. And Trump Truth, because that's where he posts his stuff, I was just informed that 2 repatriation flights from the United States with a large number of illegal criminals were not allowed to land in Colombia. The order was given by Colombia's socialist president, Gustavo Petro, who's already very unpopular amongst his people, he said. His denial of these flights has jeopardized the national security and public safety of the United States. So here's what we're doing. He said emergency 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States. In 1 week, 25% tariffs will be raised to 50% tariffs. So that's pretty big. A travel ban and immediate visa revocations on the Colombian government officials and allies and supporters. And there was more down the line from there. And first, the president of Colombia comes back and he goes, I'm imposing a retaliatory tariff on U.S. goods in Colombia, also 50%. So tit for tat, we got you. Now, in case you don't know how the whole tariff thing works, because most people are really dumb when it comes to tariffs, if the United States says we're putting a tariff on goods from Colombia, that means you as a buyer have to pay more money to get these Colombian-made goods. You have to pay the tariff, not the country where it comes from. The idea being that you're not going to buy the more expensive stuff eventually, and you'll go to things from other countries, and it'll really crush the place that's trying to sell their stuff on the world market. What kind of stuff comes from Colombia? We are...
Besides the obvious.
Besides the white stuff. We are only a couple of weeks away from Valentine's Day, and flowers are one of the top imports from Colombia. So that would have been one of the first things that you dealt with. We get pearls, flowers, coffee is an obvious one. People think Colombia, they think coffee. Aluminum, edible fruits, and stuff like that. Edible fruits. For the inedible fruits are not coming from Colombia. No,
they look beautiful in that little bowl on your living room table.
Glass and glassware, salt, soaps, furniture, those sorts of things were to be hit with this big tariff, and then they said we're going to put tariffs on U.S. products. Now, another country like Colombia putting tariffs on U.S. products it's not nearly the threat of the U.S. doing this to them.
But these tariffs does not come back to the buyer, the importer?
It comes back to the person who's purchasing the product and bringing it into the United States.
Who will then just raise the cost of their product. So how is it hurting Colombia or vice versa?
Oh, it would crush Colombia, because then you're not going to buy the cheaper products that are coming from Colombia once the tariffs go to 50% more. Okay, let's keep going 100, 200% more. You're going to stop buying all of that stuff. And when you stop buying it, they stop importing it. And then the country is not selling as many things as they were before, that would be huge. So then we see this statement last night, I believe, that said the government of Colombia has agreed to all of President Trump's terms, including the unrestricted acceptance of all illegal aliens from Colombia returned to the United States. Based on this agreement, the fully drafted tariffs and sanctions will be held in reserve and not signed unless Colombia fails to honor this agreement. So it looks like they ended up bending the knee on this, and Trump gets a win in the world of tariffs, where so many people said that he wouldn't. So let us know what you think about all of this as it went down. I think we're going to see a lot more of this in the coming weeks and months, with countries saying, here's how we're going to do things, and Trump saying, we'll put tariffs on you. And then whether they back down or not is something to be seen. All right, let's see what we got here. A lot of you are joining us on the show with your dispatches, including somebody who thinks, well, the unthinkable. Insecure Walrus suggests that he has more costumes than Sabrina does. Let's see what he said.
I don't want to seem competitive, but I think I might have more costumes than Sabrina. I got 17 years of Christmas videos up at merrychristmasfromsam.com where I've worn a few things. Now, granted, some of those I rented from professional costume shops, but for the most part, either myself or me and my wife made a bunch of different costumes. So, I don't know. Maybe we'd have to have a costume off.
Sir, you don't know what you're doing.
I think I'm in the lead.
You don't know who you're up against here. There are a lot of things that Sabrina collects or has, but costumes is for the show, for social media bits, for like whatever, just various things. I think when you started the show, you already had a bunch of different costumes and wigs and all kinds of stuff like that. A decent
amount, but I certainly have gained most throughout our tenure here.
And then when we were going through the pandemic stuff, we were getting weird. We were wearing costumes every day on the show for a little while. I don't know.
Sean would buy and then toss them out. I would grab them and say, "We can use this waffle one more time."
Yeah, this waffle is reusable, and it turns out it is. So who knows? We can't have a count off here in Secure Walrus, but certainly I think she might have you beat there. Okay. Also,
he's got a lot of videos on this website.
No, does he? Of his costumes? Are they good?
After year, they're all videos, so I can't I don't have time to watch them all. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot.
Yeah, if you were in Secure Walrus, the owner of a website with videos of cooking specialty foods, he would watch your videos. But this is not going to make the cut for C-Lane.
I just can't watch him right now because we're doing the show.
He's not going to watch this one during the break. Well, I love having the camera on you because I could always see. I'm like, oh, look at what's he up to over there.
You can't tell exactly, so it takes you. See, I wouldn't know off the bat what you were looking at.
I could see that he's watching a video right now, and it looks like
walruses.
An old video, but I cannot tell what exactly is on.
It's got
an
effect on it. Yeah,
does it? Okay, they're making it look old timey. This woman went viral with all of the talk of the people being deported and whatnot over the weekend. Here's what she had to say. Let's listen in.
And let me make something absolutely clear, unless it wasn't already. If you voted for Trump, you are not allowed in Mexico. You are not allowed in Cabos, Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Aguascalientes, none of that. Guess what, baby? That's all in Mexico. You don't like us, we don't like you. Don't go there.
Whoa.
Stay in your country. Figure it out. Vacation, I don't know, maybe Nebraska perhaps.
Hey, first of all, Nebraska catching strays here.
Nebraska perhaps.
I'm sure Nebraska is beautiful. I'm sure there are fantastic things to do there.
But that's a particular type of vacation, I imagine.
It's a vacation I'm not going on. I'm not headed there. But she's saying if you supported Trump because of these deportations, you shouldn't visit Mexico. And then I think she even takes it a step further.
One of the red states that you love so much, stay there. Don't have Marco.
Lady, just for the record, a lot of Hispanic people in the United States legally voted for Trump. A lot of them voted for this. A lot of the people who I've talked to who are in this country legally support Trump on this exact issue because they get upset that they went through all this process in the legal way, the way that you're supposed to do it. And these other people are trying to just cut in line and jump ahead of everybody. So I think this is out of touch with how a lot of people actually feel in those communities.
Burritos, don't have tequila, no tacos, no enchiladas, none of that for you. Stick to what you know. Maybe a burger, perhaps. No.
Maybe a burger. Oh, you know what? I will. I don't have a problem with that. I'm fine with it, actually.
I'm still going to have tacos.
Are you? Yeah. I mean, we have at least twice a month.
I don't care what somebody says.
Yeah. When you have tacos, do you probably go fancy tacos, don't you?
No.
You're talking about corn versus flour?
Yeah. Do you go into the corn or do you go
the flour tacos?
Flour.
Do you go into the very weird world of at-home crunchy tacos? Which
I haven't done that in a long time.
It's always a disaster. The crunchy taco isn't a good invention. It doesn't hold up to any sort of pressure. It's crumbling in your hand, completely falling apart.
That's why you put the soft taco around it.
Mm-hmm.
That
layer
works.
of queso.
But it just shows the inadequacy of the crunchy shell, that you need the soft shell, which I'm in agreement with you. That does work. It patches up the problem. Here we are regardless. Should these folks be eating Mexican food, or are they not allowed anymore? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. What are you looking at?
Nothing. No, I would say you're talking about what kind of tacos I get.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't get no, I did. We didn't get necessarily tacos last night, but we got Tex-Mex. We got Chipotle delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to try the smoked brisket.
Yeah.
And that has got to be the single spiciest thing I've ever had from a chain restaurant.
Interesting.
Oh,
it was.
Had tears coming out of your eyes?
And somewhere else?
I usually don't throw away leftovers, but I was just like, ooh, this is.
Done.
It was. My mouth was on fire.
Spicy in such a bad way that you didn't like it?
I wouldn't get it again.
Wow.
Damn.
Like at the end
Good
of
for you,
it, I took one of the chips and just dunked into a couple
Milk.
tablespoons worth of sour cream and just
Let me ask you this:
sit for a second.
2 people, I'm assuming. Chipotle order get it delivered to your house? What's that cost these days? What's that?
It was like
50,
30 after a discount, so maybe 40 after tip.
That's crazy, man. That's a wild place to be. I know. I know. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, guess what? Amy Caulfield from Fox 35 joins us on the show. She'll tell us what's happening out there in the world, and we'll see what's happening in her life as well. Our friend Amy Caulfield coming up next on the News Junkie.
This is Robert from Rockledge, Florida, and I just won $1,000.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
Scheduled construction has closed all lanes where Universal Boulevard meets Destination Parkway. The exit ramp is partially closed due to construction from I-4 westbound to Buena Vista Drive. There's a serious accident affecting eastbound and westbound lanes on State Road 60 near Peavine Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green. Get a golf course quality lawn that's more affordable than you think. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com for 75% off your first service. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. TrueGreen.com.
If you're ready for some outdoor family fun, head to Sanford Riverwalk on Saturday, February 1st for the Touch a Truck event. Seminole County Office of Emergency Management is hosting this disaster equipment showcase for Severe Weather Awareness Week, where everyone can see and experience vehicles and equipment from agencies that respond during and after severe weather events and disasters. This free public event will help individuals and families prepare for severe weather events. Saturday, February 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's time to touch a truck at Sanford Riverwalk at the Marina. Head to realradio.fm/events for more details.
Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. And Mom, then what
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot Sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Now Taxes is using Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get your refund so you can do more with it right in Credit Karma. Now this is taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. I tried the new blackened chicken bowl, so flavorful. Plus, get $2 queso with any bowl or burrito. Next time, I'm trying a burrito with fresh grilled steak at Tijuana Flats. See for yourself.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour.
I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream now on your free iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Dispatches as the show rolls on today. And if you only catch a little bit of us and want some more later, maybe on the way home, who knows what's going on in your day today on a Monday? You can always go to thenewsjunkie.com. Right now, it's time to welcome our good friend, the very talented Amy Caulfield of Fox 35.
Hey, guys. Happy Monday.
There she is.
Hi. I missed you guys. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, we missed you too.
But you were
We
pretty
off
busy last Monday, I think.
Oh, my gosh. Last Monday was nuts.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Yeah,
what was
there was a
happening
lot
last Monday?
going
I
on.
forgot.
We had off. There was the inauguration of the president.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, but it was also Martin Luther King Jr. Day on the
As well.
inauguration, plus the college football championship game. So it was like all going on at the same time. It was crazy.
Now,
yeah, it was a lot.
Are you all ready for the Super Bowl, which is coming up very, very soon? Do you have any favorites?
No.
Not a Chief or not a Eagles fan, not a Chiefs fan.
No. I was rooting for the Bills.
Wow.
My ideal, and I'm not a big NFL person, but if I had an ideal Super Bowl, it would be Bills versus Lions.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Interesting.
I just get tired of the same old teams. I was the same way with the Patriots. I'm like, okay, I'm over it. Can somebody else win?
I agree with you. I think that's true.
Dolphins next year for sure. I know it.
It's so tough to be a Bills fan. It's tough. You get so close, and the Lions too. Right there, right to the finish line, and
taste it.
And the
Yeah, you
Lions
could-
would have been for the first time in a very long time, right? Or no?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no,
right
it was
now,
just a bummer.
Boycott Super Bowl is trending on Twitter. There's a lot of people that's mad about this. They're like, oh, it's the same.
They got very mad at the refs.
The NFL's writing
past
this,
games,
all kinds of stuff.
I mean, it is a little like you guys know. I mean, the constant cutaways to Taylor Swift, and like they only cut away to Taylor, like
They're
you know, when
still doing
something good
that.
happens.
Mhm.
But then like last night, Travis Kelce dropped the ball at one point. I'm like, well, what is she doing now? Like, I'm just curious, you know. But no, they didn't cut away.
I have a question, and I am going to go in this with a large level of ignorance, okay? I try not to do that, but every once in a while I do. The first thing I need to say is clarification. The Lions have never been to the Super Bowl. They're one of the only teams, if not the only team, that's never been to the Super Bowl. But I get the feeling sometimes, and I'm ready for the return fire here, but like I get the feeling this Travis Kelce guy is not even that great of a football player, but it's obscured by the Taylor Swift shield. And I don't know if I'm wrong on that, but
I think you are.
Yeah,
I feel like
he's one of the best ones. As far as
He's
the
good.
debate
He is good.
I
Yeah.
get the
there's no
vibe-
denying him that.
I get the vibe that he's overrated, and he hides behind the Taylor Swift shield. So tell me why I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Well, he
send
was
your
really
dispatch.
good, like prior to being with Taylor Swift. It was a notable
Was he?
player.
I didn't know anything about him, but that of course doesn't say too much. I'm not deeply connected to any of these.
I just think
sports world.
people notoriously like underdogs. We did
Mhm.
this story this morning about how the newspaper in Kansas City did like a map of the country and kind of what, how people felt about the Chiefs in 2019. And everybody loved the Chiefs, right? Because they were kind of an underdog then. And I think now the pendulum has swung the opposite way, that people are like, okay, it's just, people love to root for like the little engine that could. It's just, I don't know. It's just sort of a human nature, I think.
I like that too. I think you're right
Yeah.
about that. And maybe, I don't know, there's no way to change that really in the NFL. You just got to hope that it happens. And we'll see what happens with the Super Bowl here in a couple of weeks. What's grabbing your attention today, Amy Caulfield?
Well, we have a story out of Brevard County that's actually gone national. So this is the story a lot of people are talking about. I don't know if you guys just saw that there was a principal of an elementary school in Brevard County, and it was in Cocoa Beach, that's facing multiple charges from an open house party where there were 100 teenagers that were attending, not elementary school age kids, but teenagers that were there. Some of the kids were drinking. Cocoa Beach police said that officers responded to the residents for a reported party involving juveniles. And then when they got to the home, they found out that the home owner is identified as Elizabeth Hill Brodigan, who is the principal of Roosevelt Elementary School. And then as they investigated, they found there was like one kid on the front lawn who was actually having a medical emergency because they drank so much. So they had to call out an ambulance to treat this kid who drank too much. And then they were saying that apparently it was like a white lie party. Have you guys heard about the white lie party?
No,
What
I
that
have
is?
not.
Tell us
You
more,
have not?
Amy Kay.
So the white lie party, and like some of the kids do it for, like, I know our kids at our high school do it at homecoming, and basically you just get a white t-shirt, a Hanes or whatever that you buy, anywhere, and you get a magic marker or Sharpie, and you write on there like what's like a white lie, so it can be anything, and usually it's pretty innocuous and it's not anything, that, you would, something that's funny. So anyway, this was apparently the theme of the party.
This is a
so they were
first for
told
me.
to,
I have heard of ABC, anything but clothes, where it becomes like, creative of you're just wearing a trash bag or
like a toga thing.
a toga.
Oh, okay. That's actually kind of fun.
We had golf pros and tennis ladies is
Yeah.
another theme.
Yeah.
But white lie is it's it about yourself? Like, I have 15 cats would be on my shirt?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it can just be something silly like that. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's just like something that the kids do. A lot of times it's like during homecoming and they'll have like a football night and everybody has to wear like the white lie t-shirt or whatever. But yeah, so that was kind of the theme of the party.
Incredibly mundane. Like some of the pictures I'm seeing says like one girl says size doesn't matter on hers. A couple has ones that say no thanks, I'm full. One girl says I always read the terms and conditions before signing up.
Okay, I see.
This is just like silly stuff.
The craziest thing about this, Amy, is this was like a Project X party. This was a massive rager of a party. The kids from school are there, and the person throwing the party is the principal of the school, which is just how
do you have control over a school as the principal? How do you come in on Monday and expect anybody to respect you as a principal, as an authority figure when you're just getting drunk with them over the weekend?
Yeah. Well, there was also a teacher from the school at the party as well. It says that authorities said that there was an adult at the party who identified herself as a teacher. They say she appeared to be intoxicated, and she was confirmed to be a third grade teacher at this same school. And then they also pulled somebody over in a traffic stop near the home. It says a separate traffic stop right near the house resulted in the arrest of a juvenile, also suspected of driving under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
So, and listen, they said that they responded to the house party because there was like a hoax swatting call or whatever that came from the house. But listen, we all had, growing up that one parent was like, okay, that yes, you can have, a drink at my house, everybody's car keys go here, nobody's leaving, whatever, so there were those kind of things that you heard about growing up.
But this is
This is a very unusual, this puts a whole different spin on that. And it doesn't sound like I don't know if there were any ground rules or maybe it just got out of control.
You know what I heard that made this even worse to me? They said, like Amy just told you, there was somebody having a medical emergency in front of the house. And when the principal who was throwing this bash with all these young kids at it, and they were drinking and stuff, when the principal saw that the cops had arrived and that they were helping this kid out in the front yard, she turned off all of her outside lights at her house, and they were in the dark trying to help this young kid out. And they had to put their own lights up to try to help this kid who's passed out of the front lawn. This woman's a principal of a school. That's nuts, man.
Yeah.
There's no way
crazy.
she's still the principal of that school, I would imagine.
She is. No. So everything is under investigation right now, and so we're actually following up on it again today just to kind of see where the story goes from here. But they are asking parents or anybody who was at the party or who has knowledge of what happened to call Cocoa Beach police because they are still investigating what happened.
Yeah, my God. A lot of problems with that.
Not even to the first month of 2025.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not a good way to kick off the new year.
Anything else grabbing your attention out there?
Well, we're following up on the legislative session today. You guys, this is a huge story that's not only happening here in Florida, but across the country. And I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of the immigration, illegal immigrant roundups that are happening. And you saw, what happened with Colombia, the country and the president saying he didn't want, planes of illegals to come there. And, it is sort of turning into a back and forth with President Trump over the weekend. Well, so the legislature here in Florida is also having similar discussions today where they have been called in for a special legislative session so that Florida can make sure that they are aligned with what the federal government is doing as far as illegal immigrants are concerned. So this is kind of the big talker that's really started last week and it will continue into this week, and we'll see what they come up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, my questions on this are, I'm starting to see a lot of the very emotional stories about people saying, well, there's all these plans for them to go in and take these little kids out of class, out of school. I don't know that that's happened anywhere. I don't know that that's actually a thing yet. And I don't even know what the strategy is there, what they're doing. Do we have any idea what happens? Like, let's say there is somebody who's on one of these lists, they're a criminal and they're in the country illegally. And then they deport this person. Have they made any mention of what they're doing with the family, if these people have family that's in the country?
No, that's a good question, Sean. So what we've been told is that right now they are concentrating simply on people who have committed crimes, right? Either they have committed a crime here in the U.S. or they have a criminal background, and that they're concentrating on trying to find those people first because those are the people they are most concerned about. There was a story, I guess, over the weekend of somebody that they found who was a convicted criminal, and that person was with another person who was an illegal immigrant, so they took that person as well to send them back. But as far as rounding up children, wives, families, we're not hearing any of that. We're hearing right now that the DEA specifically is going after people and looking for those who are either concerned about creating problems here or already have.
Right. Yeah. It seems like they had some lists together and stuff. And that last I heard was, I think on Sunday, it was more than 1,000 people that ICE ended up getting. So they're trying to get those numbers up. And obviously, the more that this happens, the more there's going to be some resistance to it, I would think. So it's an interesting one to watch. I think most people are supportive of, if somebody's in this country illegally and they're committing crimes, get the hell out of here. Seems to me that people don't have a huge problem with that so far, but we'll see where it all goes.
Amy, I have a question. It's kind of a two-parter because I'm just curious. Currently at Fox 35 in the news department, how are you referring to the large body of water that is to the west of the state of Florida? What are you calling it right now?
You mean the Gulf of America?
Excuse me? The question?
So I have
There's
not
only
had
one right
to say
answer,
it
Amy.
since then. But I'm just saying golf, okay? Can we just right? Because that's usually what we say anyway.
Right.
For instance, the astronauts when they, are making their, they're coming back from whatever, they land in the Gulf. We don't usually say Gulf of Mexico or Gulf, right? We just say Gulf. So I'm just sticking with golf.
Good move.
But whose call is that, or what would you wait for to make the decision?
That's a great question.
Because last week we talked about when it was super cold across the entire country, and Governor DeSantis sent out this declaration of state of emergency. In the declaration, he called it the Gulf of America. And I'm like, we haven't even done the paperwork on this yet.
No, there hasn't even been an executive order.
GPS. I mean, you look at your maps on Google, and it's still the same.
There's not even an executive order on that yet. Like, it's just a thing that Trump has said, and already there's some talk of it. Gulf of America is the winner.
Okay, so I sort of equated to this. So, and my family's from Chicago. Okay, so in my mind, it will always be Sears Tower. You can call it the Willis Tower all you want, right? Sean, you lived in Chicago, but anybody from Chicago doesn't call it that. It will always be Sears Tower to me, and so I just feel like sometimes, it's just sort of like Mount McKinley and then Denali and the going back and forth about that, and I don't know. I just think people are going to call it what they want to call it, regardless of whatever.
I still won't say the beach line. Won't catch me saying beach line.
Yeah.
Yep. See? Right? Because it's just ingrained in your brain.
It takes
Sean,
a long time.
Did you ever call it Willis Tower?
No, I didn't. No. And I was living in Chicago when they changed the name, and everybody just kind of shook their heads and moved on. It's kind of like how they changed Twitter to X, and there's still, most people refer to it as Twitter. It takes a very long time.
That or the tagline of I don't want to call it that, which is now attached to the X name. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, tweeted or X'd.
Over time, you'll win people over, but it takes a while to get there, I think.
It does. It almost has to, that generation has to change. You know what I mean? Like that generation goes away, and so the next generation, they don't.
To other name changes.
Yeah,
maybe humans do, but we'll see.
Well, I wanted to ask you this: what about your kids? They're now getting into college, and they're going through their life and learning all kinds of things. Do your kids get into anything political, or are they resistant to all this stuff being political everywhere?
It's funny you say that, because I asked them, even last week or the week before, after the election, was there a lot of discussion about it in school? And they're like, not really. Maybe if you're in a government class or a history class, there was a little discussion about it. But for the most part, no, they're not really talking about it. Listen, this is the generation of scrolling, and I think that they are sadly, I think it's also the me generation, right? So they're just very focused on themselves. That's also part of just being a teenager. So I don't think they're showing a lot of interest just yet. I think that they will, maybe once they're even Kate in college. She's a political science major, and I asked her if there was a lot of discussion about it, and so she said a little bit, but she said her professors are very careful, and they are they don't try to sway them or give personal opinions about things, which also makes me happy to hear. Yeah, that's good.
I'm very curious, because I was involved in United Nations in high school. And I'll be completely, well, you'd say that, but we all just went so we can go to the free trip to Boston and have
nice.
But we were amongst, kids, international students who took this very, very seriously. And I am curious what it is now with all the political strife, or perhaps, difference in opinions that you see now versus back in 2006, where we just were happy to be in Boston for a free trip.
I like to hear that, though. I genuinely like to hear that there's a lot of younger people who don't care about this stuff. They're not engaging. Enjoy your time being a teenager. When you're a kid,
get worse.
Yeah, you'll have time to fight with your neighbors over politics,
right?
All this dumb stuff. But for right now,
I don't even remember it's funny, when I was in college is when the Monica Lewinsky Clinton scandal was happening. But we were tuned into that more as a soap opera type, thing than we were about the politics of it. It was really, it wasn't really about the politics. It was just oh my gosh, what was happening? And wanting to get so
that's all you had to watch.
It was juicy. It was the kind of thing you watched it unfold on Saturday Night Live.
I was a child watching O.J. Simpson's car chase because there was nothing else to watch on TV. It'd be different if I had Miss Rachel on the iPad or something.
I don't want to shock you with my level of uncoolness, but when the Star Report came out about all the Clinton, Monica Lewinsky
cover
stuff,
to cover, didn't you, Sean?
I read the whole thing.
You absolute nerd.
Mostly because there was a lot of hot stuff in there, and I didn't have a lot going on in my life.
Dad, I want to try a cigar.
I was like, oh, this is cool and interesting, and wow. And
I'm going to do this for a living when I grow up.
And the school I was going to at the time, North Tech was the name of the school. It was so boring and easy that most of the day I was just spending time trying to find something fun to do. It was a school
Better
where you
than
could
drugs.
smoke cigarettes.
Like
Yeah,
read the Star Report.
reading the Star Report was the highlight of my day, for God's sake.
My grandmother, when we would go visit her, she lived in Chicago, and she had a pile of Inquirer magazines in the bathroom that she put right next to the toilet. And so she only had one bathroom, but everybody was clamoring to get to the bathroom, not to go to the bathroom because they wanted to read the Inquirer. So it's probably kind of like
Good
that.
for grandma.
I had a friend of mine growing up. He had his aunt lived on a street in West Palm called Stacy Street, which is pretty well known for being a bad area. And one time he goes, "We got to go over to her house," and he didn't tell me anything about this woman at all. And when I walk into her house, there are National Enquirer and World Weekly News or whatever, all those weird tabloid things all over the place. And she had a bunch of framed ones, and I started asking her questions. And she was one of the people who writes those stories.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah. So like she had Bat Boy stories and stuff up. She was one of the people who wrote those, like the fake stories.
Oh, that's fascinating.
That everybody else reads. And I thought once I was like, oh, this is interesting. These are in like grocery stores and places all over the country, and people see these.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I was like, this lady is living in the poorest section of town, so they clearly don't pay a lot of
but yet
money.
ruined lives of celebrities.
Yes, yeah, right. She's just sitting there at her table in her neighborhood coming up with the next celebrity couple she's going to try to take down, one after another.
That's funny.
All right.
I should mention that the other thing, you guys will laugh because in class last week, there were no classes in Tallahassee, and they were on snow days literally all week last week. So it's the first day back at class. So
Wow.
Yeah,
All
they had a
right.
good time up there.
My God. Must be nice.
I know, right?
All right. Amy Caulfield of Fox
We
35.
love
She's
you,
the
Amy.
best.
Thank you.
Make sure you're watching each and every day on Fox 35 if you're here locally, no matter where you are listening to this show.
Oh, yes. And
Fox
happy
35.
birthday, David. It's David's birthday today.
Yes, David Martin's birthday today.
Great
I
guy.
love him so much.
Oh, wait, did you guys have
He's the
Hank
best.
Azaria on today?
Yes, I love that man.
From The Simpsons?
Did you guys see he's coming to the Plaza Live
Yeah.
to do a Bruce Springsteen impersonation band show?
cover
It's
band.
he's really good. Cover band. He sounds just like him. So go check that out.
Can we go and just tell him to do Simpsons voices the whole time?
He did the whole interview this morning.
I've
It was
seen
awesome.
in videos that during his show, which is like it's like the Easy Street Band, Hank Azaria Easy Street
Yes.
Band, and there was one of the songs that he would do, and he would just switch Simpsons voices the whole time.
Oh,
it was
that's
like a really
fun.
classic Bruce song.
Yeah.
That's fun.
He was awesome. I love him.
Well, check them out every single day. Fox35Orlando.com is the website. Amy, we'll see you next week.
Love
Thanks, you guys. Love ya.
There she
See
is.
you
She's
soon.
the best. She knows what's going on in the world, and it's really a pleasure to catch up with Amy each week here on the show. I know you guys love her as much as we do. So make sure you're supporting her and following her on all the social media platforms. Just search for Amy Caulfield and you'll find her. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. There's a lot of people freaking out over this new AI service and what is behind it. It's #1 on the App Store. Out of nowhere to #1. What's going on here? What do you need to know? DeepSeek AI. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic is slowing down due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound between Clay Whaley Road and US 192, exit 242 there. There's an accident affecting eastbound and westbound lanes on State Road 60 near Peavine Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of Ed Sullivan and the show that bore his name. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
If you're looking to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. Want to find out how it works? That mortgage guy Don will get you some numbers and explain the details. Then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over 62 on a fixed income. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydon.com. Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions.
First responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Here we are right in the face of yet another year. 2025 is here in front of us. And over the last few years, I've heard a number of unbelievable testimonials from people who use Life Imaging FLA, saving their lives. Guys, let's start off 2025 the right way, making sure that your long-term health is in play. And with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan, they can do that for you. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And remember, this entire process only takes a few seconds. There are no dyes or injections. You don't have to take your clothes off, but the information you get can change your life and even save your life. And be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Make that appointment today. It's easy. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Whatever you do, don't wait. Start off 2025 with the most information you can get about your long-term health care. And do that with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Yellowstone fans, your journey into the Yellowstone universe starts here.
Let's go to work.
Join Bobby Bones on the official Yellowstone podcast as he dives deep into the franchise's legacy. From exclusive cast interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make Yellowstone a global phenomenon.
I look forward to it.
Listen now on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the iHeart app, search the official Yellowstone podcast, and start listening today.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCORadio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
This is Jenny Garth from I Do Part 2. What if I told you that Future Health can help make weight loss resolutions come true? Long-lasting weight loss results, all for less than $3 a day. Get started with a quick 3-minute survey at tryfh.com. $3 a day and a 3-minute survey.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance. but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, it's Alec Baldwin. This season on my podcast, Here's the Thing, I speak with musician, photographer, and philanthropist Julian Lennon.
Photography really does allow me to do that. I have empathy for people on the other side of the world that you'll never ever meet, but you'll at least have some understanding of what their life is and what they went through or are still going through.
Listen to Here's the Thing on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Here's the Thing and start listening.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is the
#1 app in the App Store right now. It's shaking up the markets. There's stocks that are crashing. There's all sorts of problems, and we'll explain what's happening in that viral news story in just a moment. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and C. Nathan emails. He says about Ozempic, because we were bringing this up, RFK is going to be introduced to Congress this week, and they'll have all the confirmation hearings for him to be in charge of America's health, essentially. And one of the things RFK Jr. has said that he wants to make Ozempic and those types of weight loss drugs available to people who are obese and maybe even on the taxpayer dollar. So you have to ask yourself, would it be better if America wasn't so fat, even at the cost of having to pay for people who are poor and also fat to take these pills? And this person says, it's not enough to take the drug to lose weight. People have to change their lifestyle, eating healthy and exercise. Otherwise, the taxes will be thrown out the window. Well, it's enough to just take the drug and lose weight. That's true. You can take the drug and lose the weight. Keeping the weight off is another story entirely. And I see some people struggle with that from time to time. I think it's pretty clearly a huge medical breakthrough that we've been able to do this stuff. And I think you have a lot of people in America who are just too lazy to lose the weight, because weight loss is hard. It is not an easy thing, and you have to really put effort into it. And it sucks when you're hungry and you want the only thing you want in your life is just to eat a little bit more, and you have to tell yourself, no, I'm not going to do this because in the long term it's going to be better for me. A lot of people don't want to do that. And so if a shortcut gets them there, I think it would be about, C. Nathan, to address the email, it would be about saying Ozempic first or whatever you're doing first to help you lose the weight. And then as you're losing the weight, I'm with you. Education, teach these people what you need to do next. And you can't keep doing it over and over and over again. We're not going to be some balloon diet where taxpayers fund your medication to lose weight, then you gain it back, and then you go, snip, snap, back and forth. Brandon emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, about tariffs. There's been a lot of economic and capitalistic research on tariffs and their impact on import retail prices, he says. Most of the time, the retail prices of the imports do not increase at all. It just goes to show how much of a buffer that is already built into their prices for extra profit. I have no idea what he's talking about, some AI podcast or whatever he wants me to listen to. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, if you put 50, 100% tariffs on any country's imports, those products are absolutely, positively going to become more expensive. And then when those products become more expensive, people might seek other products to buy instead of them. And then all of a sudden, you're not importing stuff from places like Colombia. And Colombia gets a huge percentage of their overall GDP from selling things like flowers, I mentioned, and pearls and all these other things to the United States of America. That's why, even though their president, who's an absolute lunatic, their president came out tough guy with this whole message to Trump about how he was going to take him on and put these tariffs right back at him. He folded like a cheap seat very, very quickly and is doing everything that Trump wanted him to do. So that looks like a win to me. That looks like a win. Here's a point from Terrence, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. If the government's willing to give out free scripts to obese people, why not help people with mental illness? ? And isn't that socialism, says Terrence. Yeah, I mean, I think you open the door to all sorts of stuff here if you say people can get access to this medication for free. But I would not be on board with saying just anybody who's fat can get this. No, poor people should be able to get this if they're fat, because it will make these people more likely to lose weight, which would be less of a strain on our healthcare system in the United States. We shouldn't be paying for rich people for anything. It's just ridiculous to even posit that stuff. That's why when I was talking about the student loans and stuff, I'm like, sometimes these people are fairly wealthy and we're paying off their student loans for choices that they made. That's insane. If they're incredibly poor and destitute, that's one thing. But we shouldn't be paying for rich people's stuff. It's ridiculous. DeepSeek AI. Probably the first time you're hearing of this. I hadn't heard of it.
I've heard it at least once.
Did you? I hadn't heard of it until this morning when I saw that they said this app is at the top of the App Store charts. It's #1 over ChatGPT.
Interesting.
Imagine that. And it's a Chinese. Hold your pearls.
Oh, use it while you can.
That's right. It's a Chinese company that has their AI. And I kind of have weird vibes on this, weird feelings about this. Tell me what you think. One thing that my brain tells me is just let all the apps go. Just let people create stuff and you can use what you want. Don't use what you don't want. The whole uproar over TikTok is kind of stupid, I think. The bigger issue would be just companies taking our data, tricking us into signing it away. And we've lost that battle, okay?
A long time. We lost it at Farmville. Come on.
Yeah, we're toast. Mafia Wars, Farmville. This was a long time ago. We lost all of those rounds. So let's kind of get past it here. But in the AI world, one thing I really worry about is truth. And already you could see that it's pretty easy for these LLMs or whatever, these AIs, whether it be ChatGPT or anything else, to have some sort of point of view that's not completely unbiased. And when you have the Chinese company having this #1 AI with DeepSeek, if you ask it about things that are controversial in China, it won't answer the question. If you ask DeepSeek AI to give criticism of the president of China, it will not do that. It will tell you, I cannot do that. I'm not here. This is somebody trying this. Criticize Xi Jinping. And DeepSeek AI says, sorry, that's beyond my current scope. Let's talk about something else. And they say, criticize Donald Trump. And boom, here you go. Here's your answer where I'm going to criticize Donald Trump. And is it a little weird that in our app store, we have our AI apps, which I would hope at least would be more non-biased, and then we allow the Chinese apps to exist in here with all of their very local censorship. I don't know how you fix that. I don't know what to do about that. But I know it's not good. We don't want to de facto let China censor information in our company because these big companies that pop up like this do that already.
Ooh, I wonder if you ask it like how to watch one of those movies that's banned in China, would it tell you?
They ask it stuff like about Tiananmen Square and all these things, C-Lane, and it says, nope, not going to answer. It shuts down. And it's the #1 app over ChatGPT right now on the Apple Store. So what do you think about that? Should we allow these Chinese apps when they're full of misinformation or they won't answer certain questions? China gets to censor what people are seeing, even though it's operating in America? Or should we just let everything go out there and may the best win?
All right, question, because I wonder that this is not an unfair metric to go by. When you say it's #1 in the App Store, #1 in downloads?
#1 in free apps on the app charts for iPhone.
#1 in downloads or number one in actual installs? Number one in daily active users.
Like if you open up the App Store, you see it there first.
This is complicated for a completely different reason than you might be thinking, Celine. They have an algorithm for top charts on your iPhone, and best as I can understand it, if you have the C-Lane app, and every single day you get 4 million downloads, and then I start my app and I get 2 million downloads in the first day, sometimes I can pop up above you. Even if your app is overall more popular, the one that has like the rising star status can go like it's coming up fast right now.
The point of my question is that if all the people who are interested in AI already have, if it's by downloads, and everybody who wants to nerd out and try AI and do stuff has already downloaded ChatGPT, and they go, hey, but there's a new thing called DeepSeek that does it even better in a different way, and you go, well, I want to try that, but I already have ChatGPT. I don't need to download that. I already have it. And all these people already have it, but they want to check out DeepSeek, so of course there's going to be more downloads because the same people are trying it out. It almost doesn't seem like if you're DeepSeek, it seems like a cool metric, but I don't know that it really means that one of them's doing better.
Right, one is newer, and that can have an absolute
shiny
impact.
thing.
Yeah, and the thing is that this AI is much more censored than the other one. So,
and that might be fueling it. You might be going, what's this DeepSeek? Is this really as crazy as you think? Oh, let me ask it about Xi Jinping.
And I guess it tanked the markets right off the jump. I think they came back, but because the company said they didn't spend much money making this. Whereas OpenAI is like, we're $1 trillion company. They said, we spent a handful of millions, put this together, and our stuff is very, very impressive. And then as they're popping up in popularity, they launch a new model that has image capabilities. And it does something that ChatGPT has not been able to do. We'll talk about that in a bit. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
Next episode, some updates on the posthumous front. Sinead O'Connor, had specific directions for her catalog, and Paul Rubens dropped no duh. Not only can you catch him outside, but according to reports, you can catch Dr. Phil embedded with ice. Plus, Billy Ray Cyrus responds to his very obvious health concerns by A, going to rehab, B, apologizing to everyone, or C, suing his son. We'll see which one he did, and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, ice rolls through Chicago with an unlikely helper. The best roller coaster in the world's right here in Orlando. We'll talk sports with Brandon Kravitz. For trivia, it's tickets to MegaCon, Kansas, and Daytona 500 qualifying. Ray Trinley from TK Law drops by, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we're gearing up for such a beautiful start to our week across Central Florida. Plan for a warm but seasonable afternoon with a high of around 73 degrees today in Orlando. We'll see a couple of clouds around, especially through the morning hours. Otherwise, as we head over the course of this afternoon, expect increasing sunshine. Temperatures will continue to climb through the end of this week as well, making a run for the low 80s by Friday and Saturday of this week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson. All the headlines from Trump's Oval Office. It's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Fargo is only available on the smartphone versions of the Wells Fargo mobile app. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Picture this. You're cozy by the fire sipping cocoa, or out on the town grabbing a well-deserved nightcap, with the peace of mind knowing your pet is safe at home with Invisible Fence brand. Your customized pet fence gives you confidence that wherever winter takes you, your pet has both freedom and security. With Invisible Fence brand, service and safety never stops. Visit invisiblefence.com to learn more. That's invisiblefence.com.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Hey, friend, thanks for hanging out with us. And you can get the podcast if you'd like. It's free to get. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Hey!
Hey!
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey!
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy, Dawn. ThatMortgageGuy.com is where you can get the process started of refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps doing a reverse mortgage, maybe expanding your business or starting your very first business. All that and so much more he can help you out with. He has your best interest in mind. He's very easy to work with, and the website, very easy to navigate through. Go there right now, or maybe at the commercial break. ThatMortgageGuy.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuy.com.
It was 22 years ago, 2003. This company right here.
Barbie,
Mattel is right, and it was on this day that they lost its copyright infringement lawsuit against this song and the band Aqua for their completely wonderful song, Barbie Girl. By refusing to hear the case, the Supreme Court upheld a ruling that the song is a parody and social commentary and is thus protected by the First Amendment.
Wow.
Which I wonder, would that be the same ruling these days?
Freedom of speech, baby. Worked for him. Did they ever do anything after that, or did Aqua just say, this is it for us here?
I mean, I feel like something came up with the Barbie movie, but they certainly weren't the theme song.
Unfortunately.
They were in like a remix to it or something, I think.
Yeah. Can't say the same for another thing that happened on this day. Nothing to do with the Supreme Court. Maybe just the Supreme Ruler in 2005. Some call that 2005. 20 years ago, a rapper by the name of Houston locked himself in a London bathroom.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, God, yeah.
And he gouged out his own left eye in an attempt to rid himself of the devil.
Ooh. Damn, man.
Turns
Gotta
out it
wash
was
that
just an eyelash. But either way, no more pain for him. Now we go on to present day, and this guy's got something to say. He loves the kids, yes. And he has a few words to say about Nelly performing at Trump's inauguration. Now, Nelly hit the stage during the Liberty Ball. It didn't take long for criticism to, I don't know, become rampant.
Was that on TV? Because I didn't see a single clip of Nelly
Neither
performing.
did I. I only saw the announcement that he was going to be there,
Me
along
either.
with like Snoop Dogg.
Snoop, yeah. Snoop did something too, but I think it was like a prior event, like before the actual inauguration.
Honestly, I only really saw Billy Ray Cyrus because he sucked.
Yes, and more on that. But as far as Nelly, he responded to the backlash. He clarified that his performance wasn't about getting political or swaying anyone's views. For him, it was an honor and a chance to celebrate what he sees as the greatest country on the planet. And he stressed that his choice was all about respect. Now, Trick Daddy comes into play in saying not only was it something of an honor and a chance to celebrate the greatest country on the planet, but he apparently was paid $1.5 million to perform. So you celebrate all the ways that you can, I imagine.
I'll take it. I'll perform for anybody for that much money.
Hell yeah.
1.5 million?
1.5 mil, it doesn't matter.
There's not one person he would not
ISIS.
perform for.
If ISIS wanted me to perform for $1.5 million, I'd say, like, hey, I don't support these guys.
Listen,
But I also think that they totally would trick you and you'd just get beheaded for $0 and 0 cents.
Wouldn't that be brutal? My greed does me in right at the end.
The one person I think that I would turn down, only because I wouldn't believe that they had the money, would just be George Santos. I would want payment up front, please, Mr. Santos, please and thank you.
More drama when it comes to this guy, and I guess ties into the inauguration. Billy Ray Cyrus is right.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
And last we heard the recap being his son Trace, who I just learned that's his adopted son.
Yep. I read his message to his father, which I thought was interesting.
It was. He spoke out last week after Billy's very rough performance at the inauguration. Trace posted an open letter saying his dad's not healthy and suggested it might be a substance thing. Cut to this weekend, Trace posted again, and Billy apparently told a family member that he's planning on suing his son.
Oh, my God. So he's kind of doubling down on this mess.
He claimed his dad is taking legal action, or at least just for encouraging him to get help. Another post, Trace added, "I will always love you, but I no longer respect you as a man."
Damn. You know what's crazy? You're gonna sue your son for saying this? For what? It's clear to the world that Billy Ray Cyrus is on something and has some sort of problem. Yeah.
So, well, I mean, we'll see how that goes. Billy Ray has yet to say anything out loud about what's going on.
He's also estranged from Miley as well,
Yes,
right?
and from what I saw, Miley has no interest in.
Yeah, she didn't. She was accepting an award recently and thanking all of her family and stuff. Not a peep about Billy Ray.
Not one little peep.
Honestly, I think it's kind of. I struggle with this, but it's kind of brave and based to come out against one of your parents.
Yeah.
When they're having a public issue.
Yeah, I mean, how much are you coming out against them versus like?
I think he's throwing his hands up in the air.
My only way of reaching out to you is that everyone is talking about a health issue. There is a concern here. It's time for you to get help.
And all of us who have
his response is suing him.
All of us, and this is a lot of people in this category who have dealt with a loved one with any kind of addiction issues, know that there are points where you go, what am I supposed to do? How can I do anything here?
Exactly.
I thought it was a great note that he wrote. I thought it was nice.
And this is kind of a nice note as well, post-death. This gal right here.
Oh, I know that.
You know her.
Sinead O'Connor.
That is Sinead, and according to her will, Sinead O'Connor has urged her children to take her music catalog, and I quote, milk it for what it's worth.
Nice.
She also told them they can do whatever they want with her ashes. So I appreciate that. And you might not see her or ashes, but I wanted to remind you guys, Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival returns June 12th to the 15th, and Real Radio 104.1 wants to send you and a pal there. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Thousands of happy campers, 700 acres of Tennessee nature, 150 epic performances, Olivia Rodrigo, Tyler, the Creator, Luke Combs, John Summit, Vampire Weekend, and many more across 10 stages. All you have to do is head over to realradio.fm/road2rue.
Question.
Answer?
Can I do all of that, but without the nature?
You can get an RV if you want. As far as the camping pass we're giving away, that's for general admission.
What do you think
can't
of?
hack it.
What do you think of when you hear nature, though, Sean? Like, what means nature to you?
I got a
the
real
park
loose
right by his
definition.
house?
It means outside.
Yeah,
it just
exactly.
means being outside.
Well, for everyone who wants to be outside, and Sean, I encourage you to check out realradio.fm/contest because you can get a chance at tickets and a camping pass. And
can I win?
You cannot. But if you can't wait to win, you can go to Bonnaroo.com to grab your tickets. So we'll see you at Bonnaroo. On the Boob Tube, we've got Saturday Night Live. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 years of SNL music. I am very confused. Is this the 5th SNL docuseries that is coming out?
Is that what it is?
There might be the 5th episode, but there's a...
This is a 3-hour special on NBC.
Jesus. Holy cow.
Speaking of 3 hours, I imagine the 29th season premiere of The Bachelor will also be something along those lines on ABC. Papa's House, coming back on CBS. 1 hour special, Hunting UFOs, the crash retrieval whistleblower on the CW. And you can catch Cynthia Erivo on Kimmel. Follow your dreams. I'm on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we'll check in with the world's only person with a functioning pig organ inside their body. We'll see how things are going over there. Plus, are you making a mistake at your house, in your life? Are you making a huge mistake? We'll find out together. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Traffic is up to speed on most of the major roadways this afternoon, although on I-4, there's still some slowdowns in that Champions Gate area. The off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Buena Vista Drive, that is partially closed due to construction there, and authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 434 westbound near Heritage Park Street. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of the woman behind Wyatt Earp, Josephine Earp. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts. Now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Roll with Hard Rock Bet for Big Game 59 because we're rolling out over $5.9 million in bonus bets. The big game kicks off Sunday in New Orleans, but get your share of Big Easy bonus bets now so you can place more bets on us instead of using your own cash. It's the big game rollout. $5.9 million in promos only on Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Orlando.
Shop Southeast Steel's Appliance Warehouse after inventory sale. Hurry in for the best selections and savings of up to 60% off our retail, overstocks, one-of-a-kinds, out-of-the-box, and much more. Shop Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse today.
If you're tired of struggling to lose weight, Red Mountain Weight Loss has the solution. Discover the power of semaglutide and tirzepatide, the breakthrough GLP-1 medications that are transforming lives. You'll lose up to 15 pounds a month without feeling hungry or deprived. That's huge because it makes it easier for you to lose weight. And that's what we do. At Red Mountain, our doctors specialize in medical weight loss. We've helped people lose weight for over 30 years now. And we can help you too with quality GLP medications that cost less than half the price of Ozempic. Visit us in person, online, or skip the doctor visits altogether, and we'll ship the medication direct to your door. For a limited time, you can save $100 on any GLP-1 program and get our lowest prices of the year. Find your weight loss solution and lose up to 15 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Tijuana Flats is back better than ever. I tried the new blackened chicken bowl, so flavorful. Plus, get $2 queso with any bowl or burrito. Next time, I'm trying a burrito with fresh grilled steak at Tijuana Flats. See for yourself.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Get Wawa Rewards' biggest deal of the year before it's gone. Any size hot coffee for $1. Any size iced coffee for $2. And a 16-ounce Monster Energy for $3. You can redeem these bonus offers every day, as many times as you want, now through February 16th. Don't miss it. $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy drinks. Unlimited, now through February 16th. Gotta have a Wawa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Your music, radio, and podcasts are on our free iHeartRadio app.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
Schwarzenegger was more responsible for getting people to get in shape and go to the gym than anybody else in history. Like New York City before only had 2 gyms and they were dingy before him. Doesn't surprise me. He's an interesting cat.
New York City only had 2 gyms before Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I don't know if that's true. Maybe that's an exaggeration. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you haven't listened to the interview with him on Smartlist, it was really an interesting chat.
Fantastic.
And
what a lovely man that he sounded like.
Yeah, he did. And I don't know if that's him putting something out there that's not really representative of who Arnold Schwarzenegger really is. But in that interview, he seemed like a really nice guy and just all around interesting character. And I know on social media, he posts all sorts of weird stuff. I think he has a pig that roams around his house. And
why is that weird?
It's a little strange. Pig as a house pet is a strange one, but I guess that's how he kind of lives his life.
Is it a house pet if it doesn't go inside?
I think it does go inside. From the photos that Courtney will show me every now and then.
It's such a giant house that I imagine they can afford a wing for just the pig.
This pig is big. This pig is a large pig. Speaking of pigs, the world's only person with a functioning pig organ has passed 2 months, and that is a record right now. That must be really strange to be this person where people are like, oh, 2 months and your organ is still working. This is amazing. This is a record. How much longer is it going to work for?
How long was that last guy?
The last guy was, I think that was last year, and it worked, and then it didn't work. And then they said, well, it was still a victory. They said she's healthy, full of energy with her new kidney for 61 days and counting. Tawana Looney is her name, which is a great name. She says, I'm Superwoman. And she says, I'm outpacing my family members on long walks around New York City as I continue my recovery. It's a new take on life. Only 4 other Americans have received hugely experimental transplants of gene-edited pig organs, 2 hearts and 2 kidneys, but nobody has lived more than 2 months. And she is now doing just fine, it seems. They said doctors hope she can leave New York, where she's temporarily living for post-transplant checkups, for her home in Gadsden, Alabama, if she makes it another month. And we certainly hope that she does.
Yeah, same. But God, that must be anxiety
weird.
Through the roof.
So
They're
strange.
going like day by day, I imagine.
Yeah, and you think, well, I feel fine, but what's going on inside of you? What's happening inside your body with that pig organ? Yeah, we did some gene editing. Yeah, they're on the forefront of technology and innovation and medicine.
I'm the test subject.
You're the guinea pig. Somebody's got to be those first to test things out, and that's what she is here. We will hear from you and get to your dispatches in just a moment or two here on the show. But I saw a story from UPI today, and the story was chastising children. And I found that
Which you need to do every now and then.
Well, it chastised me at the same time. I got hit with this too. As I was reading the story, I go, "Ooh, I don't do that. Maybe I'm not good at this." More than 1 in 3 parents reported their child has dealt with dental problems linked to a lack of routine oral hygiene, they say, such as brushing teeth twice daily, a new poll shows. And I said, I am guilty. Guilty as charged. I brush my teeth once a day. And I thought that was the normal one.
Yeah, it's supposed to be twice. You're supposed to floss.
But I do this, and maybe this works. All right. I wake up and I immediately brush my teeth. Like as soon as my day is rolling, I'm brushing my teeth because I can't stand the.
Oh, so you don't do it before bed?
No. But what I do is
all the stuff you've eaten throughout the day.
Not necessarily.
Gets to marinate throughout the night.
I have a water pick thing. So I use that at night. But I don't brush my teeth at night. I use the water pick thing and like pressure clean my teeth, basically. I don't know if that counts or not. But they're saying many youngsters also don't floss. As a result, parents said children experience tooth decay, cavities, stained teeth, gum concerns, and pain over the last 2 years.
Yeah,
and it's getting worse.
It's been like that.
Yeah,
it's like this is the circle of life when it comes to humans in the United States for the last 40, 50 years.
Your teeth are important, too.
They are very important, but we dealt with the same thing. We're not having a whole story about it. When we were children, we had cavities and pain, and then those teeth fell out, and then we figured out how to brush our teeth properly, and half of us didn't, and then we become older and get all the root canals and the other fillings, veneers, and we'll move on with our lives.
I might be in big trouble, though, because I have not gone to the dentist in 15 years, maybe. I haven't gone and got like a full-on checkup I haven't done any of those things. My teeth don't hurt.
Do you have?
I don't have any pain.
How's your breath?
My breath is fine. I haven't had any complaints. And I mean, maybe there's people holding back, but as far as I know, I'm very aware of trying to see if my breath smells to other people. If I smell myself and I'm going to remedy that.
Dead tooth smell that.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. 2 times a day, though. Make sure your kids are doing it. And most of them are just lying to you anyhow.
Ashley asked me to get her floss when I was at the grocery store a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't normally shop for this stuff. What kind of floss do you want? Do you want minty floss? Is there a specific brand? She's like, no, just generic, unflavored floss. And I was like, you do this and you don't even get a flavor out of it? You want the gross.
What are you doing? Might as well enjoy yourself, for God's sake.
What are you just tasting the food that you're unlodging in there?
I can't stand flossing. I like the water pick. I prefer that.
I do too.
That was a new one. You're actually supposed to mouthwash first, then brush your teeth.
Really?
Then floss.
Poor Kay.
You're supposed to do all 3 of those? I'm not going to. It's not going to work for me.
It's not. The routine is a bitch. I mean, I thought I was getting on the water pick train, and that fell off very quickly. But I've got to do something. I've also been staring at one of those teeth whitening pens since last year.
Mm-hmm.
Any day now.
Yeah, you got to do all these things. But apparently, they're important.
Was there a reasoning why you should do the mouthwash first and not last?
There was, but I forgot the reasoning. Okay. I just have been doing that since. It was something with the dentist because I think of it loosening up what you would get with the brush first.
Yeah.
And Google it.
I got another one for you here today. This is probably just as off as my last take, but this is my gut. I feel like mouthwash is a scam. I feel like the whole mouthwash industrial complex is built on the backs of running commercials where people have bad breath and then they don't get a date or something, and then it sell this stuff to you and it doesn't actually do what it says it is. I feel like the whole industry is a house of cards.
I think that it's part of the this is easier to do than brushing 3 times a day. This is easier to do than flossing. You're giving people
convenient
a shortcut. The other one that was big that I don't, you could say fell for, but the people that would cut my hair would be like, no, this is not a real thing. You shouldn't do this. Is Pert Plus, the shampoo that combines shampoo and conditioner?
Yeah,
they're like, you can't combine shampoo and conditioner. They do 2 like polar opposite things. And so to just mix them together and expect that to do both at the same time, like
I was always quite sus.
It was a sexy idea that you could go, I only have to do one thing and not do 2 or 3 things in the shower.
And then they went as crazy to do all 3 in one bottle.
If
you're like survival mode, I'm like, if I'm running from zombies, I think I'm going to wait on the conditioning and rinse and repeat. Thank you.
All of a sudden, they hit you with 3-in-1, 4-in-1, and you go, I don't know. This
Brush your teeth with your shampoo, idiot.
The rinse and repeat I believe in, though, because when I started doing that, my hair felt so much better after the second wash.
Did it? You know what? The only thing that's ever really rocked my world like that, rocked my mind and blew my world, is the one time going to school when I got lice, and my mom goes, "You're the dirty kid at school. Come with me." And we go and we get the lice shampoo, and my mom runs it through my hair and does the whole lice treatment. Afterwards, I go, "Can I use this every day?" And she goes, "No, you can't use this every day," because it made my hair so amazing afterwards. It was beautiful.
Nice.
But you're not allowed to do that, I guess.
Oh, man.
All right. Over to
Let's
the
get
real
you some
world.
lice.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to do. I'll just have to keep touching heads with kids to get some more and then get the nicks and then on we
I am
go.
your neighbor. Touch my head.
Mexico president says Mexico has received more than 4,000 deportees from the United States so far. That's according to CNN. And we continue to watch this whole rollout across the country. I guess Selena Gomez posted some video, but then her fans or just people online started to yell at her for it. And
Clap back?
She took it down, I guess. I haven't even seen it yet, but let's see what she said.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked.
My people.
Children.
She deleted
I don't
this.
understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
All right, so I guess she took that down after getting some heat from followers on social media. I don't believe there's a rash of little kids getting roped into this whole thing. And as far as I can tell right now, even though I'm starting to see some of these media reports where they go, here is the wife of the man who was arrested, and it's a sob story, and you're made to feel bad about this.
I did see a press conference, though, out of New Jersey where they did like this no-knock ice.
There was some employer that was pissed off in New Jersey about the ICE raid on them, and they said that they detained some people who were U.S. citizens or whatever. I
don't know if that was an employee. I thought that was the mayor that had done the press conference.
No. I'm saying the company that was upset. There was a company that was raided. This is what I thought was going on there. You can pull up a story if you find one. But I've seen some of these reports where they try to go, he was just a nice guy. And you go, hold on. We learned he's a member of Trendogwa gang, involved in all these terrible things, arrested a whole bunch of times. And it's going to be an emotions versus actual listening to the story and getting the statistics and facts about each person kind of debate, I think. Because I believe if you have somebody who's a criminal in this country and they're also here illegally, double up. I think that person should be sent back and get into this country legally if you can. That's the way to do things. We shouldn't be encouraging that. But the emotional stuff is going to come out big. And I guess there just wasn't a big enough appetite with it from her followers because she took that down because of some pressure. What do you think, though? Let us know. And we'll go to you, just like promised. Here is, let's refresh these real quick. Here is... I'm a PC with a dispatch.
Okay, so I'm kind of confused. TikTok, Chinese, bad. New AI, Chinese, good. Why do we have this double standard when it comes to Chinese and good and bad?
Doesn't make a lot of sense,
Can someone
really.
please explain it?
It doesn't make a lot of sense. There was a targeting of TikTok, obviously, that started all of these things. And now people will say, well, hold on, we targeted TikTok. What about all these other apps? China has all these apps that are operating in our app store. We, just for the record, don't have apps operating in their app store unless they follow all of the rules of the Chinese government. All the big things you can think of, Facebook, YouTube, on and on and on, are all banned in China. So that's the dichotomy that I'm trying to highlight here. Is it okay that in China they have propaganda that is bolstered by AI and all these social media platforms, but in the United States, we have our platforms, which are supposedly open, and then the Chinese censored platforms as well. We're not telling China, if you want to operate in the United States, we believe in freedom of speech, and you can't censor the technology. That, to me, seems to be a bit of a problem. It's a one-way street for them, and maybe it shouldn't be necessarily. A Big T says Sean's mom was wrong about what?
Good afternoon, morning news junkies. All right, so Sean, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to correct your mom right here. I would guess you probably weren't the dirty kid at school because lice actually prefer a head of clean hair over dirty hair because it's easier for them to move around in and just infect your entire head. So everyone else is probably the dirty kids, and you probably had the clean hair. Your mom was wrong. Big T out. Wiggle, pop, pop.
I don't know if that's true, but I'll take it anyhow.
And
Big
to think they all blamed Meredith for it, and just assuming that it would be her.
I could tell you, I spent some time this weekend going through family photos because I'm working on something, and I had to get all these things. I'm now the keeper of the family photos because obviously.
Oh, that sounds like something you wanted to do.
It's not necessarily in my personality to want to do these things, but I'm now the keeper of the family photos after my sister passed, and obviously my mom and dad passed in recent years.
But was that something that your sister was into, like having?
She was much more so than me. She was pretty sentimental.
Like I have an uncle that's like he's the go-to guy. He has collected all of his parents' photos and as much as he could get from them and other extended members of the family, and worked to like digitize them, and he's big into like ancestry and stuff like that.
I have a mix
always
of
has
that.
been.
Like my mom has a lot of stuff. From my dad's side, he grew up an only child, but he certainly has cousins that have things that we would have never known about his side of the family if they had not kept it.
Some of this stuff that my sister kept, I go, oh, okay, I could see this, and this is nice. And I want the photos. I saw so many photos of my family from this weekend where Courtney and I were going through these. And some of them I loved, I'd never seen before. I will also tell you, my family, we are the worst photographers on planet Earth. Everything was not framed right. Everything was blown out. There was a handful of photos that were just of people's butts. I don't know. Just like an ass of a pair of pants. And no, not in focus. Like with a sticker on it that says we couldn't get this photo in focus at the Eckards or wherever they got it developed. And my sister would save stuff like she saved my mom's stethoscope. My mom was a nurse, and my sister saved the stethoscope. And I look at that and I go, "That's sweet." In my world, I wouldn't care about that. I just have my memories of my mom. That kind of stuff makes me sad.
In my world, not even my mom would have kept the stethoscope.
Yeah, just because it's a stethoscope.
That goes into the medical box in the cabinet with all the other stuff, just in case one day I would need it.
But as we're going through,
my mom has all my old karate belts.
Oh, great! Wow. Let's bust those back out. I did see my first karate photo when I was going through these photos,
and
but there was
it's. Can you not share it with us?
There was some really bad ones in there, but there was a couple of photos in particular that I looked at Courtney while she was thumbing through the pictures, and her jaw just drops, and she goes, "What is this?" And I said, I don't even know if I can explain that. I'll tell you what it was that was found amongst these photos. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
You got to get it that caper. And the caper's basically like a telephone pole, right? And you got to get that thing straight up. If you get it straight up and get your fingers under it, I know I can lift it, but I just can't get it
wrong
up.
with you describing this right.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's still some slowdowns on I-4 in that Champions Gate area. The off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Buena Vista Drive, that's partially blocked due to construction there. There's an accident on State Road 434 westbound near Heritage Park Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive near Tanner Road there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions.
First responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments
departments, and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now, the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
Before the Great American Race on Sunday, the high banks of Daytona heat up with a Saturday night showdown in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Experience the intense competition up close on the sport's biggest stage to kick off the 2025 season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets start at just $49, and kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Secure your seats now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. 'Tis the season for resolutions. And what better resolution than making sure your health is great long term by being proactive and not reactive with the free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. And if one of your resolutions is to be able to stick around so you can see and make more resolutions in 2026, get over to Life Imaging FLA and get all the information you need for your primary care doctor and you to build a long-term health plan. Do that with Life Imaging FLA. And remember, there are no dyes. You don't take your clothes off. This entire process only takes a few minutes. So do exactly what I did, my wife did, our in-laws did, hundreds of Central Floridians. Get with Life Imaging FLA and get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Early detection saves lives. And it's easy to make your appointment. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that call today, guys. Let's take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Yellowstone fans, your journey into the Yellowstone universe starts here.
Let's go to work.
Join Bobby Bones on the official Yellowstone podcast as he dives deep into the franchise's legacy. From exclusive cast interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make Yellowstone a global phenomenon.
I look forward to it.
Listen now on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the iHeart app, search the official Yellowstone podcast, and start listening today.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors. Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool Drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Have you made your favorite station a preset on our new and improved iHeartRadio app?
Wait, what?
What about your favorite podcast? You could do that?
Yeah, you really can.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. And with the all-new live radio dial, it's easier than ever to discover new stations you'll love, plus the new trending section and the lyrics to all your favorite songs.
Love the new look of the iHeartRadio app, guys.
It's everything you love about your car radio in the palm of your hand. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or two or four. You're listening.
More about the show. It's just one website away, and that's got the podcast links and everything else you need if you want to spend some more time with us. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. I'll tell you the most unhinged thing that I found in my family photos as I was going through those this weekend in just a moment here. But I keep seeing this story about this British cage fighter who's all pissed off. And he's mad that people aren't taking him seriously and they're making fun of him. And he's like, I'm a cage fighter. I should be respected and I should not be mocked like this. And if I have to change my name, I'll change my name. Okay. But, I didn't want it to come to this. And the guy's name is Taylor Swift. And he keeps getting made fun of by all the other cage fighters.
I mean, my God.
Because they'll be talking about the upcoming fight against Taylor Swift. And
easy to troll this guy. Very easy.
But it's very easy for him to change this up and become one of the most well-known cage fighters.
Uh-huh.
Because he's the cage fighter version of Taylor Swift.
You lean into it.
Exactly.
You're much better off. If you weren't Taylor Swift, would anybody be talking about that cage fighter guy?
No.
Probably not, but
if he dresses like her, uses her as the, opening, entrance song.
Uh-huh.
The Swifties will be on board for it. That's a huge group of following.
It is.
Cage fighting.
Do like a shake it off finisher move or
Bad Blood.
No, but that's what they
Look
would.
what you made me do.
That's what they would do to when he lost. Then they play it like the Broncos did to the Chiefs after they beat him. Like the stadium played that song because they're like, "Ha ha, we got you."
This he's having a hard time. They're really coming at him for his name. Taylor Swift, I wish you the best. Hopefully everything goes okay. So I said this weekend I'm going through all these photos. Courtney's going through them with me. And I'm trying to digitize them so that I can have a copy and then of whatever I want. And then I'm sending stuff to somebody else. And as we're going through all of these, there's so many that are mind blowing. There were a shocking number of these photographs that showcase me with the bleach blonde hair. I did not realize I had that for so long. And my God, are some of them bad, but
wow,
very, very
Look
blonde hair. And that's Dylan, obviously. Very, very young Dylan. Little pea-sized Dylan.
Also, hell of a head of hair on Dylan.
Yeah,
Good
he
for
had
him.
a lot. He came out like a little mogwai, or he's like a little creature. And then and then he turned into the great young man that he is today. But I thought these were going to be the worst. I see these photos and I go, oh, God, some of these are bad. And then Courtney's jaw just drops as she's flipping through these photographs. She goes, what is this? And I take a look at it, and it was a stripper. It was a stripper in the family photographs.
Go on.
And the best part about
it
Yeah, the best part about it is it was a police officer stripper that somehow ended up at some event that my parents were at.
Real quick. The striptease includes taking off the bulletproof vest.
It's an elaborate police uniform that this stripper lady was wearing.
Look at them high-waisted ass pants.
Also, who's in the corner just waiting at the lap dance as they take off their...
There's the man of the moment as he's got the stripper with his arm around him, and she's thrown off her police hat at this point in time. And as I'm flipping through the photos, I go, all right, what else we got? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Wow. I was able to take everything off. Good.
And as I'm going through this, I go, oh, they they took photographs of an entire strip routine of this police officer.
But I got to say, this shot is perfect because no nudity is being shown.
Just barely lined up right.
And she still kept her watch on, which I appreciate. She's got time.
But isn't this frowned upon? Nowadays, if you take pictures at a strip club, don't you get in trouble for that?
Depends. There's one strip club that does encourage it.
Okay, some different rules for different places.
Mm-hmm.
Or unless the stripper has a really cool trick that she does with matchbooks, and she encourages you to take pictures.
Trick. We're not allowed to take pictures.
Unfortunately.
And after I go through all of this with this cop stripper at this party my parents were at, apparently, that they decided to photograph and save for posterity for some reason, I then started thinking, I was like, well, this was taken in 1984 or something. And then I said, this woman maybe was, let's say, 25 then. So this lady is like 65 years old now. And I start going on that journey in my head. And I like, should I trace this lady down and say?
I am very curious about what happened after.
What? I don't know how your life was, but I wanted to share.
She is now a real cop, the chief of police somewhere else.
I said, do I find this lady and connect her with these glorious photographs that my family decided to save, or is that out of line? Probably going to be out of line. I would
picture
think.
You and Dylan though. Did you send that to Dylan?
I did. Yeah. I sent
and what
it
did
to
he
him.
say? Can I have $300?
No, he didn't. He's just said.
No, after that picture was taken, he actually looked up and said, "Hey, I broke my iPhone. Can you send me some money?"
He did not. He hasn't asked me for money in a while. Actually, he asked me for money this weekend, but he doesn't. He has not been traditionally asking me for money. We're going to take a quick break here, and when we return, actually, we can work in a dispatch real quick. Let's just do that since we haven't had many of you featured on the show today. Here's Lumpy Beaver talking about the Olympics for some reason. I'll hear you out.
Good morning, junkies.
Hey.
Hey, the free Ozempic thing has my cornflakes slightly frosted this morning. First of all,
good or bad?
As a type 2 diabetic, I have
bad. Can't eat cornflakes.
In a pill form that helps control my blood sugar A1C level.
All right, that's good.
What it was intended for. The side effect of it is that, oh, wow, now look where all this weight loss is going. So they've hijacked the supply for diabetics to give to people for weight loss. That sort of frosts my cornflakes a little bit.
Why?
But my concern is that if they give free Ozempic...
Hold on. To people who feel that way, why?
It seems like there's plenty available.
Yeah, if there's a shortage and you're not getting it for the legitimate reasons, the actual health reasons that you need it for, give me a sign. I'll be at the protest. I'm with you. But if they have got enough of a supply so that everybody can use it for this purpose and everybody can use it for this purpose, why would that bother you? It wouldn't bother me personally, but I guess some people are upset by that.
To everybody who's in the obese category, that will further dilute the ability or the availability of the supply for diabetics who actually medically need the drug instead of just, go get on the treadmill at the...
But does it have to, though? Like, if we could say, hey, here's how many people actually need this. We need to make sure there's no shortage of supply for these people. Everything will be exactly the same for you. Production will continue. And then also we can do this other thing and help out poor obese people in the United States of America, because losing that much weight is very difficult to do. This is a nice little shortcut to get you going in the right direction. Once you lose the weight with this taxpayer funded, if RFK Jr. gets his way, Ozempic that all the people who are diagnosed as obese could get their hands on. You only get one shot at it, right? You get one shot to lose your weight. You can't yo-yo back and forth. When you lose your weight, your doctor goes through a mandatory program with you that explains to you what's going to happen next, what will happen after you stop taking the Ozempic, how you could put all this weight back on if you're not careful about this, if you're not exercising and understanding how calories work. If they did all of those things, I would absolutely be for it. I dig that. I want less people who are sick. I want less people with diabetes. I want less people. We went through this really dumb period in time in America where we wanted to pretend that being fat was not tied to being unhealthy. And it is. The science is just there. It's in. It's done. If you are obese, your health is worse. If you are morbidly obese, your health is worse. If you don't really care about doing anything about that, that's one thing. And if you do, but you just don't have the resources, that's another entirely. So, yeah, I would be for this, but only one time. I would not want to continually fund all of this stuff for people who weren't going to be serious about it afterwards. That's kind of like, I guess, in some of these shows I've seen, you guys have seen like the My 600-Pound Life and those types of shows. A lot of times, instead of a doctor just going, we're going to do the lap band surgery and you're going to lose all this weight, the doctor will go, I don't want to do this for nothing. I want you to lose 150 pounds or 200 pounds before we do that surgery for you. So I know you're serious about this.
Well, that, and then they were to do that surgery and they don't stick to it, they could kill themselves.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure the person's
strict. And the same goes with the Ozempic or any sort of those GLP-1, shots and injections. Like, it's not just you take it and then you lose weight and everything's all good. Like, there's something to it. You lose. It has to be strict in what you're eating, or you're going to lose a bunch of like muscle mass and you're going to be sick. And then when you get off of it, gain all that weight back, and fat's going to be distributed in different ways. Like, that all makes sense. And if you're going to have it covered by the government, then I would hope that there are the checklists that come about that.
Well, we'll see what happens, or if that even happens to begin with. But there's a lot of chatter in that world. And there's even another company, the Danish pharmaceutical giant, that said their clinical trial is a small one, but they found that 20 milligram once weekly injections of their product, amycretin, that's a terrible name.
You're a cretin?
amycretin, amycretin, obesity drug, helped obese and overweight patients lose 22% of their body weight in just 36 weeks. 22% of their body weight in 36 weeks with this one. So there's more and more of these out there, and what happens with the future of them is unknown as of right now. All right, quick break. When we come back, jury duty is coming up next. We'll see what's happening in courtrooms across the country and around the world. Also, the Super Bowl halftime show. We're now getting geared up for the Super Bowl. Some rumors dropping, and we've got a whole lot more to get to on a Monday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
But I'm a creep.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio.
The Chiefs live for these playoff moments. They embrace the pressure. The Bills are overwhelmed at times by it, feel burdened by the expectations. And now the Chiefs are looking at history, seeking an unprecedented third straight Lombardi Trophy. Wow. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Right now, Wawa Rewards members can get a bonus offer for $1 any size hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy 16-ounce. Not a rewards member? Now's the time to join.
Hey, folks, back to the show in just a moment, but a reminder to you, if you are just trying to get by with this cold weather and you're scared to turn your AC on, there's a company that will help you out and keep you cool when you need to be cool and warm when you need to be warm. It's Mills Air. They are the absolute best. They want to make sure your AC works perfectly every single time. And that's why I strongly suggest you call Mills Air. They're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, getting you access to huge rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air, and that's key to me right there. This is a family-owned and operated company. They treat their techs right. They have the best techs out there. The technicians that help you with your AC are going to be polite. They're very, very informative. They know exactly what they're doing. And you can reach them at 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Start the new year off right by upgrading your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason is longevity. Unlike traditional vinyl, Fibrex doesn't warp, crack, or degrade over time, meaning your windows and doors will last longer without the need for frequent replacements. And they're customizable. Choose from a variety of styles and finishes to match your home's aesthetic, with each product custom built to fit your home's exact specifications. Here's what Tiana had to say about her experience with Renewal by Andersen. I am beyond impressed with the work done by Renewal by Andersen. The quality of their products and the expertise of their team truly exceeded our expectations. I highly recommend Renewal by Andersen to anyone looking for high-quality doors and windows. Thank you for transforming our home. For January, Renewal by Andersen is offering save 20% on your entire project, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Are they promising you up to 10% growth per year guaranteed for your retirement income? If not, you need a new financial advisor. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hard-working folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos.
We'll see what's happening in courtrooms around the planet, around the country, and every place in between. You can join us on the show by recording your thoughts into a dispatch. Please do that. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com when you get a shot. Everybody's getting geared up already, even though we got like a 2-week break, I guess. You know, about 2 weeks until February 9th in New Orleans with the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl halftime act has already been announced as Kendrick Lamar. I am available to be wowed, but I'm not expecting that this is going to wow me. I don't think this is going to really land.
Did you watch Beyonce's performance for Christmas Day?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. That had a lot of... She performed at the NFL game.
It was like the NFL game that was on Netflix, so they made a big deal about it.
But
I saw like 1 or 2 clips of that, but I didn't watch it. No,
it had the wow factor to it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as a what would be a halftime show goes, like now that's where my bar is at. And not even just because I absolutely love Beyonce, but all the elements involved in it seem like this is entertaining for everyone that is watching, and it is at the stadium.
I don't even like Beyonce, and I would be more excited about a Beyonce Super Bowl halftime show than Kendrick Lamar.
Now, last year wasn't that Dre and Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent hanging from?
Yeah, I think so.
We all had a good time watching that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think to me, I need performers with more upbeat stuff. I don't know. This just is not landing with me. I don't see that it's going to hit.
I don't think I know that much of Kendrick's material.
I know a couple of songs, but maybe he's got some stuff that's way high energy that I just wasn't aware of. And then I also wonder, some of the songs have so many words you can't say on television in them. How do you even pull this off? And you're just censoring every other line. That seems like it's going to be difficult too. I don't know. This seems like it might have been a miss, but I'm always willing to be wrong about that. We'll see how he does. Let us know what you think about that. Kendrick Lamar performing for the Super Bowl on February 9th in New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome, where it's all going down.
Do you think if this halftime show is kind of panned critically, then they'll go like 180 and overcorrect next year?
I don't know, because I was trying to think
about it by then.
I was trying to think who would be a really good option. And there's lots of like pop options and different people who might fit the bill there.
I think Billy Ray would be great for it.
I would watch that just for the catastrophic value that would come along with the Billy Ray Cyrus performance at the Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar, I'm just not seeing it. I'm not picturing it being this big blowout thing. Like The Weeknd. When The Weeknd did the halftime performance, I hated that one. I thought it was fine. I thought it was just him running around the whole time, and the music is not like, it's not pump you up music. It's kind of just all mellow.
I also didn't care for Adam Levine and his nips out the whole time.
I don't like Maroon 5 like C-Lane does, so yeah, that one didn't land for me either. We'll see how it goes, and we'll get to...
Was that Maroon 5 or was it Adam Levine?
I think it was just Adam Levine.
Or he was a guest for somebody else?
Couldn't tell you. Just remember the nips.
No. I believe Maroon 5 was the halftime performer. Were they not? And obviously he's the lead singer of that band, and nobody else seems to know anybody else's name of the band. I'll tell you that I can't. I can't name a single other person in Maroon 5 other than him.
Steve.
But I know he was the main performer, at least unless my brain is complete mush.
It was headlined by Maroon 5 with Big Boy and Travis Scott as guests.
That's right, yeah. And this they rolled out in cars or something. There was a whole thing. This one just doesn't grab my attention yet, and maybe they come up with something that wows me, but we shall see. All right, it's time to get into it, friends. Here goes nothing. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com, or 800-CALL-MO, I should have said. 800-CALL-MO. Both of those numbers work, but if you need an attorney, you do need somebody who's going to treat you right, who's going to respect you, listen to your story, and fight for you in the courtroom. And in my opinion, there's nobody better than Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. One of the things I love online is when people post things that they believe are legal messages, but they're just stupid things that don't mean anything. So, for instance, the people who are on Facebook posting, I hereby declare that Meta and Facebook
doesn't
do not
own my pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you post this online, they definitely can't do anything with my stuff. So,
And
you
then
know.
I would see people who I respected that I thought were smart people, and they would repost that, and I'd scratch my head going, you don't think this actually works, do you? And I guess they would. I guess they believed in that. And Celia was talking about somebody on Twitter/X who made a post, and maybe some of this stuff is for engagement bait, where you say something that you know is dumb. But what did she post?
Let me actually go to her, and this might be the point. If I actually go to her X account, MAGA Michelle here says, I will be filing police reports against anyone that takes a screenshot of my Twitter posts. This is a warning to all liberals. Take a screenshot and you will be getting a visit from the state police and FBI. Not or, and, both of them.
Over a screenshot? I don't.
Good luck. I will be screenshotting everything you do.
I don't know if when you call the cops, they're going to be as receptive to this as you think they are.
As a matter of fact, if you call them enough, they're going to show up to your house for abusing the 911 system.
They'd have more reason to do that. You can't do anything about somebody screenshotting your tweet and posting it somewhere else. There's so many people who have a fundamental misunderstanding of how anything legally works in the United States. It's like the people who are out there wandering around, and if you videotape them, like, you can't videotape me. You don't have permission to videotape. It's illegal to videotape me. And you go,
we're in a public park.
Yeah, we're out in public. They don't have any expectation of privacy out here. Shut up. But so many people believe that. They believe that. They get a camera pointed at them and they go, you can't do this. This is illegal for you to do. You can't screenshot my tweets. Yes, you can. It can't stop anybody from doing that. It's ridiculous. The cops aren't going to come after somebody. If they do, we're a failed country, like England, where they do come after you for all sorts of stupid stuff online. And then, sorry, mates.
I'm on her page, and I guess I don't know when she actually. She is photoshopping people that she doesn't agree with. And I wonder if you could actually, like, this might be the thing you could take legal action on. And this is a Moses question. Mm-hmm. She is very, very poorly photoshopping people on Twitter to make it look like their tweets say that they love watching CP.
Oh God.
What?
Right.
She's photoshopping that?
Somebody that, like,
That's
I guess
defamation,
called her out or something. It seems like. Somebody that called her out, Jack Silver or something.
Sue her, Jack Silver, please.
She says, Jack, you can delete, but my screenshots will remain in my photo gallery forever. Have fun with this. And it's, I'll have to send you the link, but the font doesn't match. Like, none of it matches up, but it was just, she made it look like he tweeted that he absolutely loves, love in all caps, watching child porn. And
something happened.
That's weird.
But something happened in this country where all of a sudden people thought if you sue somebody, it's a weak thing. Like, you couldn't take it. They're just having at you. Go back at them. Why would you sue them? I don't know why this happened, but it needs to be undone. If somebody posts something like that about you and you have the resources to do it, sue them. Sue them. You know how fast I would sue somebody if they were posting stuff like this about me online? In a second, I would sue somebody. And I wouldn't feel bad about it at all. I'd say, they're like, can you think of something worse to write about a person than what she's photoshopping?
Exactly.
That's the worst. Like, if you have any sort of reputation out there, it's going to take a hit.
She's done it to a lot of people, too. Somebody...
And I'm to assume she's in America, right?
Yeah, you would think.
What about making URLs for people?
That's very different. Protected free speech.
Yeah.
Totally, completely
How
unrelated.
fast would you sue someone, Sean?
If somebody had a URL going somewhere, I wouldn't really care. But if they've photoshopped something that was me saying that I was into that,
oh, that would be horrendous.
I'm suing. I'm suing you. Just a heads up, everybody, if you want to try that out, because you'll win that lawsuit. and you'll win handily. And maybe more people will learn lessons from that the internet isn't just some place where you can post whatever you want and go, I was just giving you a hard time. I cannot tell you, folks, we got to take a quick break, but I cannot tell you how many times people will come at me, or probably, I'm sure you guys have experienced this too, where they'll take a shot and then you'll be like, what the hell, man? And they'll go, just kidding, love the show. Super big fan, just wanted to.
Didn't know you would ever answer. Why
are you doing this? Sue these
humans,
people.
You know?
If they say that kind of stuff about you. I don't care if you say I suck. I don't care if you say I'm a bad radio host. I don't care. But if you legitimately say something like that, you should be sued so that you understand the limits of conversation online. Not enough people understand that. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get to your thoughts on this. A car in Philadelphia driving into a crowd after the Eagles game. Everything else in between that we got to hit. There was a lot of viral news this weekend, and we'll get you caught up on all of it. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Stream on your free iHeartRadio app today.
Hi, I'm Kara from Apopka, and I just won $1,000 listening to Real Radio 104.1.
Your next chance to win $1,000 is minutes away, courtesy of Mills Air on Real Radio 104.1.
There's a couple accidents to look out for on the roadways here on Old Winter Garden Road at Pine Hills Road, where Colonial Drive meets State Road 408. There's an earlier accident still causing a bit of delays in both directions on State Road 60 near Peavine Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape.
The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.com.
Tired of making the same weight loss resolutions every year? It's time to break the cycle. Get started with Mochi Health. Meet one-on-one with a board-certified obesity medicine doctor from the comfort of your own home and see if a GLP-1 medication is right for you. If so, we'll have it delivered straight to your door.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to take time away from my children. With Mochi Health, I've lost 60 pounds. I'm just really happy that my kids get to grow up with a mom who can do things with them.
Start with our free quiz at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com. Take our free quiz today and use the code MCORadio to get $40 off your first month at joinmochi.com. That's joinmochi.com.
Real patients were compensated to share their experiences. Results may vary. Eligible GLP-1 patients typically lose 1 to 2 pounds per week in their first 6 months with Mochi when combined with a healthy lifestyle.
Check out joinmochi.com.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Get Wawa Rewards' biggest deal of the year before it's gone. Any size hot coffee for $1. Any size iced coffee for $2. And a 16-ounce Monster Energy for $3. You can redeem these bonus offers every day, as many times as you want, now through February 16th. Don't miss it. $1 hot coffee, $2 iced coffee, and $3 Monster Energy drinks. Unlimited, now through February 16th. Gotta have a Wawa.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
Hopefully with a video or audio dispatch. We appreciate those when they come through, and we'll work up some more here on the show in just a moment. We'll get to more of what happened with that raid that's been a controversy in Newark and talk about that. I did want to tell you, this weekend, Courtney and I watched this movie, and this is a movie that's not for everyone, to say the very least. But I had seen a poster for it, and I thought it looked interesting. And then I read into it, and it made me want to watch it. And it was a movie called Flow. I'm not sure if either one of you, Sabrina or Celine, have heard of Flow, but it's an animated feature with no dialogue whatsoever. There's no dialogue.
And for that reason, I'm out.
And I figured that would be the case, Celine. But it's also, the reason why I like that is because anybody anywhere in the world could watch the movie, and you don't have to worry about, do you understand what language it's just a story.
I mean, I've watched movies like that. Like, I feel like Train to Busan, though it had some dialect in, I believe, Korean, it was not dialect heavy, in which you did not know what was going on, and that was them running away from the zombies.
I know this is an insane comparison, but the guy that I always go to on TikTok who does the things where somebody overcomplicates something and then he just does it in the simple way. Right.
Yeah.
He's like one of the most famous TikTokers who's
Isn't
super
he in
funny.
bed the whole time? Is that him?
No, it's a different guy.
Sorry?
Like, somebody will take a banana and use some contraption to make the banana presentable on a plate and then eat the banana, and he'll just unpeel the banana and eat it.
Yeah, or cut it.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but it's
6 figures the man makes.
Oh,
sure.
No, 10 figures. This guy's like maybe the biggest star on TikTok, if not the top 5 or something.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I
Cute
don't know
little
his name.
nerdy guy.
Yes, he doesn't even speak English. And that's part of the brilliance of it, because all of the stuff he does is visual. And the reason it goes so mega viral on TikTok is because anybody in the world can watch it. And it's funny to anybody out there, no matter what side of the globe you're from. And we're watching this. It would have been a horrible movie to see in the movie theater. No dialogue, just sound effects and animals and stuff.
If you had enough edibles.
Every sound you would have made would have been just rocking through the movie theater. Every bite of popcorn would have been real loud. And we're watching.
So there wasn't even music?
There was a soundtrack, yes. But most of the movie was fairly quiet with the sounds of nature and the animals that are involved in the soundtrack. The soundtrack revving up here and there. I also like that it was made on this software, which I don't know if you're familiar with, C-Lane, but the software that they made it on is totally free, the animation rendering software. Like anybody could use it online, and that's what they used to make this thing that was in movie theaters around the world. We start with this cat, and you meet the cat, and the movement on the cat is very lifelike and cool and beautiful. And then a tsunami or something hits, and water rushes through this village where this cat is. And from there, it's a journey of this cat working with other animals. Some animals are trying to get the cat. Some animals are partnering with him. He meets a lemur buddy and a dog and a capybara. He meets all these creatures, and they go on this wild, wild adventure as their city is getting flooded out. And I'm just watching going, oh, this is adorable. But then the end comes. And I won't tell you what happened in the end. But it's a very sweet movie and nice if you're into like artistic movies and if you like animation.
It was a bad drowning cat.
Close your eyes. It sounds just like it.
At the end, you have this scene where everything kind of wraps up, and I just hear behind me, because I'm on the other side of the couch, sobbing, deep, deep sobbing. And I go, oh no, she's crying. And Courtney is inconsolable. And I go, oh, I thought it was sweet. And she was like, it's about friendship. And she was, there was no bringing her back. Not a single line of dialogue in this movie, just cartoon animals. And they were able to do that. I felt a little something forming in my eye cavity.
Allergies, yeah.
And then I pushed it back down deep where all the bad stuff goes. But it was one that got her more than any movie I think I've seen in a while. C-Lane is just, you swore this off at animation, and even just animation, I think you would swear off.
Animation sent the movie to the edge of the cliff, and then no dialogue went boom.
Courtney could be like that with subtitles sometimes. Though I think she's getting used to it more.
Oh, even in the trailer, if Nicole hears another language, I'm like, you know that I'm Spanish, right?
Well,
we can watch this.
I'm with her though, and I'll tell you why. I wonder if her motivation is this. I hate it when they try to trick you. You watch stuff and you go, this looks really good. And then you put the movie on and actually it's in another language.
Is that a trick, or is it just the movie in another language?
No, all the time they do this. So they'll have a trailer for a movie, and let's say the movie's done in Danish. And you watch the trailer and they never show anybody speaking. They just show like the backs of their heads. They show action scenes.
So you don't like dubbing is what you're saying?
Well, no, I'm saying I don't want to watch a movie that's dubbed. No, I probably am not going to watch that other than Squid Game or something.
I'm fine with a dub.
Yeah. I don't want to watch that. But if I know it's there, I'll be more likely to be okay with it. If you coax me in by making me think it's in English.
So you want something like fully across the thumbnail saying, warning, this is a foreign film.
No, they're being
to
dishonest.
Not trick you.
If you haven't seen what I'm talking about, maybe it doesn't make sense, but they're being dishonest. They're showing the trailer in such a way that you don't know that this is in another language. And then when you turn it on, you get like 3 or 4 minutes in the movie and you go, hey, what are you doing here?
I think, with the exception of Squid Game, because I knew going into it, I think that there's been a couple things I've watched that it's taken me a couple minutes to realize is being dubbed. And I wouldn't be surprised if it took my wife even longer because she's got to look up from her crossword to actually see that it's being dubbed.
All right, we are going to
Blender is the software you were talking about.
That's it. Yes, Blender. I thought it was crazy.
Free and open source 3D computer graphics software tool, and looks like that's the one he uses.
I just got into another rant with Courtney. She's trapped on the couch hearing my rant, and I said, I love this. I love when things break down the gatekeepers. The idea that when I was little, if you said, I want to be an animator and I want to make my own movie, good luck. You're never going to do this. It's not even possible. You can't do something on the level of these giant productions. You just don't have the people or the resources. The software that they're going to use is not something you can get your hands on. But now, free software can make an animated feature so high in quality that it can be in the movie theaters and people really enjoy it as a film. Because this movie is very popular. If you look up Flow on Rotten Tomatoes, high 90% ratings. Again, it's not for everybody. You have to kind of be into artsy stuff, but I like when they knock down the walls. And when I know that any kid who's within the sound of my voice right now, who's 12 years old, who wants to be a musician, who wants to make movies, who wants to make animated features, who wants to create content, the only thing between you and the thing that you want to do is excuses. That's it. Because now you have access to all of this stuff that just knocks down all those gates. And I think that is awesome.
I do too. But sometimes I'm like, my excuse is I just want it to be great, in my opinion. And I just throw it out there, you know?
Well, some of the stuff's going to suck.
All right. We'll see. I'm working on something right now.
Are you making an animated feature right now?
Not animated necessarily, but I am putting explosive stomp sounds to C Lane's child walking for the first time.
Well, this has a rather limited audience, but the audience that is
It'll go to the parents first, their decision to put it online, whether or not I want to.
Right.
But no, I want this to be perfect.
Are you calling my baby fat?
No, I think it's exciting, so I'm putting giant stomp sounds to it.
Can I call your baby big and not be offensive?
It's a big baby.
He's a big baby. Right? I'm not being offensive.
I don't think he's a fat baby at all.
He's not fat. He's big.
No, he's just a giant baby.
Enormous baby.
Is giant bad? I thought giant was like
Don't get me started.
A giant basketball player.
Don't get me started. I use words that are when referring to women that
fatso, is not something you're supposed to be saying, John.
Don't say fatso.
Fatsy.
Lolita is not a way to describe women. Thank you.
I'm not Andrew Dice Clay, okay? I'm not referring to women to these words. But
I was talking to this whale,
I don't do that. I told this story before when there was a woman who we were around, and she was like 6'4", 6'5", and I go, oh my God, that woman is big. Or I'll say like, she's enormous. And Courtney will go, no, she's tall. The other words imply that she's a big fatso, and that's not, and I go, I never thought about it that way. I just thought big, like C-Lane's a big guy. He's tall. That's what I would mean in saying that. I wouldn't mean it to mean anything else. And Jackson is a big kid. So I think it's warranted.
Who walks now?
Who walks. Who's now utilizing his feet to be a mobile human being. And that's something else. You caught it.
Came out of the shower this morning, and he was sitting on the couch, and I had GDO on. And he had the remote in his hand. And I was like, buddy, you better not change that channel. I'm telling Amy.
Oh, can he do it? Can he hit the buttons and stuff?
He hits the buttons. He doesn't know what they do.
Doesn't hit his butt.
He did hit the Disney button today, though, which made me think, like, does he know that's the one that gets the Mickey Mouse going?
They get the hooks in the kids so young. He's 1 year old hitting the Disney button already.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this story out of Newark. A lot of immigration talk out there, different direction entirely. But there was people who were pissed off, including the mayor of Newark, New Jersey.
Is that about clip I sent you?
This rate. I've got a different one because I was on TikTok. I
Same
think.
Guy, though, right?
He's in this, I think. Okay. So let's just see what this says so we can get an idea of what happened here.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement say ICE agents targeted a work site in Newark, New Jersey. Surveillance video shows what appears to be ICE agents taking a man into custody outside Ocean Seafood Depot. The owner says agents arrived at the work site at around 11 o'clock yesterday morning, asking to see his employees' documentation. Newark's mayor is now criticizing the operation, saying that it violated the Fourth Amendment. He just spoke this morning. Let's take a listen from just moments ago.
When people say this stuff, so he's saying it violates the Fourth Amendment. I guess he would have to be talking about the Fourth Amendment rights of the owner of the seafood market, because if you're in this
search and seizure.
Well, if you're in this country illegally, does the Fourth Amendment still apply to you?
If the owner of the establishment, there's...
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, like, if you're in this country illegally and you're one of the people who were rounded up in this ICE raid that they sent back, if that's your situation, well, they didn't send it back. They gave them a notice to appear in court in their case. But if you're in this country illegally, do you still have Fourth Amendment rights? Is that for everybody who exists in the country?
I think you have all the rights.
Oh, I'll Google this momentarily, but let's see what else they say here.
In our city without a warrant. They went in the back of the establishment. We believe that there were 3 people who they say were undocumented that they detained, but they also detained folks that were, in fact, citizens of this country. One person showed their military veteran identification and was still questioned anyway. People were fingerprinted. Pictures of their IDs and face were taken there. When I got this information, I was appalled, upset, angry that this would happen here.
Synonyms.
In this state, in this country, that this would be allowed. Since we said something about it, I convened my folks. I said, we can't just let this happen and not say anything, that we at least have to say something. And so we did. And here we are. And as a result of that, I've got a series of phone calls and emails that were not too nice.
Oh, I guess
one of them says, "Oh, you're not going to stand idly by. These are dangerous rapists and murderers that the liberals in this country have protected far too long."
The liberals.
That was a typo. You see, the T is right next to the R. The liberals.
I don't even think he picked up on it. I don't even think he knew that that's what was in the email there. So the story that I saw about this said this is not related to the deportation raids that were happening around the country. That this was just an ICE raid at this Newark, New Jersey fish market.
Okay, I mean, that's one way to put it, I'm sure.
Because there's 2 different things going on. There's one where the Trump administration is going around and trying to get as many people who they're saying are criminals that are also in this country illegally, so double whammy, and they're taking those people and sending them back where they came from. And then this was, I think, some tipster had called. This says, federal immigration agents on Thursday last week detained several workers, including a U.S. military veteran, at Ocean Seafood Depot in Newark, New Jersey. The problem is none of these people were rapists or murderers or criminals. The problem is ICE went in there without a warrant. We don't want an ICE detention center in Newark, the mayor says. A source at U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement told Fox 5 New York that what happened at Ocean Seafood was not part of Trump's mass deportation plan and was a routine operation as a result of receiving a tip that employees without legal status were being employed at the market.
Because it didn't work out well, it could easily, thanks to the source, be not associated with Trump's ICE deportation plan. That works out great.
I don't know that this is anything new or different. I think this is what ICE literally does, isn't it? Like, that's the point of ICE.
Yeah, but they're still not allowed to violate the Fourth Amendment of the... they're still not allowed to go in without a warrant, right?
Right. I think they probably are. They're ICE. They're allowed to go to workplaces and see if the people are citizens of the country. Or, I don't know if this is the policy.
Into the door.
I don't think they did that. It says previously a spokesperson for ICE said ICE may encounter U.S. citizens. What? Hello?
Oh, my. Hello?
Am I cutting out?
ICE is coming in here right now. Hold on.
Am I with you guys or no?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay. ICE may encounter U.S. citizens while conducting field work and may request identification to establish an individual's identity, as was the case during a targeted enforcement operation at a work site. This is an active investigation, and per ICE policy, we cannot discuss ongoing investigations.
But there were some constitutional rights that were obviously taken away here. I mean,
I don't know that that's the truth. I'm just
to
going by
seize somebody, though, that there were Americans involved. Like, there was no need to detain them, take their identification, take pictures of their identification, especially if they're Americans, after they've done nothing wrong. That seems like that was against their constitutional rights.
They detained 2 people, which means they were questioning 2 people and holding them for a second. 3 of them had no documentation and were detained. The 4th was an American citizen, and he was released. That's what the story says. I can only go by what I'm seeing in front of me, but it says Chavez told Fox 5 New York the agents arrived in unmarked vehicles and showed no warrant before entering the building. I just don't know if this is commonplace, because sometimes stuff that's totally commonplace, once there's a new person in the White House, all of a sudden shine a spotlight on it. It's like, this is insane that this is happening right now.
Well, the timing, not very good then, if it had nothing to do with Trump's deportation.
Well, I'm literally telling you that every day during the Biden administration, ICE did this same stuff. They did these exact same things.
I believe you. I'm just saying, as far as this goes and what we have seen elsewhere. I mean, you mentioned earlier today in the show that 4,000 some odd people have already been sent back to Mexico, no?
Yes, according to the president of Mexico.
The timing of all of this is just, it's very confusing, but obviously very juicy headlines for everybody.
C-Lane, can you put that on the Mo list? Because I do want to know more about that. And I'm sure people who operate businesses and stuff would want to know more about how all this stuff works. And what do they need to have a warrant? If they needed to have a warrant, they didn't have a warrant, then they should take heat for not having a warrant. If they didn't need a warrant, then you've got the mayor taking this and hyping up the charges and hyping up all the allegations against ICE to try to make it look worse than it actually is. I don't know which one of those is the truth. That's the interesting thing to kind of dig into, for me at least. We'll see what you say. We'll get to your dispatches. And do we need to take... Oh, we're behind here, aren't we?
Yeah, a little
okay.
bit.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into what happened in Philly after the Eagles game, because things got wild, and we'll go through this together. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect your regular delays in the Lake Buena Vista area and the Champions Gate area. There's slowdowns on Orange Blossom Trail near the Ramp Junction, where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. Authorities are clearing up an accident where Pine Hills Road meets Old Winter Garden Road, and on Colonial Drive by State Road 408. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
When the wildfires struck Los Angeles,
severe fire weather conditions.
First responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-375-1158. That's 800-375-1158. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now. 800-375-1158. 800-375-1158.
Looking to the new year, right? Going to get healthy. A lot of people want to do that. How healthy is your heart? Do you know? Man, sometimes you don't know. Life Imaging FLA can help you with that. Life Imaging FLA can get you a heart scan and find out how your heart is. Early detection of heart disease is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. And I have so many listeners from the Monsters and friends of mine who have been to Life Imaging FLA, got the free heart scan, and found out they had blockage. Saved their lives. That is a true story. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Remember, there's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And when you talk to them about the free heart scan, ask about cancer screening. That's super important. If you catch cancer early, it's an easier fight. If you catch it too late, not as easy. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Tell them Russ and the Monster sent you.
Yellowstone fans, your journey into the Yellowstone universe starts here.
Let's go to work.
Join Bobby Bones on the official Yellowstone podcast as he dives deep into the franchise's legacy. From exclusive cast interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make Yellowstone a global phenomenon.
I look forward to it.
Listen now on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open the iHeart app, search the official Yellowstone podcast, and start listening today.
Oh, mornings. Some people love them.
Okay, you have everything for your math test. And
Mom,
then
you have my lunch.
Some people hate them.
Everybody get in the car. Go, go, go.
We've all got to do them. Good thing Wawa's up and ready for you every morning. With fresh coffee, hot Sizzlies, and fast, friendly service to keep your morning moving right along. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
People told me I needed to slow down. I told them I don't know how. I'm experiencing things I've only dreamed of. I have my freedom back. So while some days might be harder than others, I know a place I can go where I can feel strong and supported.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Help us redefine the future of veteran healthcare.
Explore opportunities at vacareers.va.gov.
Technology is advancing faster than ever these days, especially with the addition of artificial intelligence. Safe Touch Security has always been the trusted technology leader with high-tech security systems. And now they're introducing AI Deterrence. It's next-level security for your family. By doing more than just monitoring your property, it works proactively against intruders with floodlight cameras, specific verbal warnings, and more. For your free consultation on next-level security, go to safetouch.com/safe. That's safetouch.com/safe. State license EF 2000-2049.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Shop Southeast Steel's Appliance Warehouse after inventory sale. Hurry in for the best selections and savings of up to 60% off our retail, overstocks, one-of-a-kinds, out-of-the-box, and much more. Shop Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse today.
At Farrah & Farrah, no matter if you're working on a case worth $5,000 or a case worth $5 million, you give that case the attention it deserves. Because to the client, that's their big case. Farrah & Farrah, here for you. Here for good. Orlando.
Hey, it's Alec Baldwin. This season on my podcast, Here's the Thing, I speak with musician, photographer, and philanthropist Julian Lennon.
Photography really does allow me to do that. I have empathy for people on the other side of the world that you'll never
ever meet, but you'll at least have some understanding of what their life is and what they went through or are still going through.
Listen to Here's the Thing on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Here's the Thing and start listening.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
for you to get, just for the record, and we'd love for you to subscribe on iHeartRadio since they pay the bills around here, and we absolutely love the iHeartRadio app. So go get the links you need, even if you don't use iHeartRadio, over on thenewsjunkie.com. There is some stories about chaos in Philadelphia after the big Eagles win, sending them over to the Super Bowl.
It's so interesting to me that there's chaos when you win.
I don't know why.
What happens if you lose?
It's like I get celebrating and having fun and hitting the streets, but I don't get the now we're going to knock out the windows of the Starbucks. Now we're going to fire a gun off in the air and celebrate.
All these years of it, now it sounds inevitable whether you win or lose. Like maybe set up a smash station.
Mm-hmm. Let them get it out of their system.
Yeah, like, here's the quote-unquote Starbucks that needs its smashing for the big win.
You can even get it sponsored. Yeah. You can make money off of this. I always wonder how much that stuff works. There's a big discussion right now. All these street takeovers that happen where a bunch of people.
Big one in town recently.
Was there? I saw one from a while ago, but I hadn't. Maybe I didn't catch up with the last one.
Yeah, it wasn't there for sure.
There's lots of people, hundreds of people that gather at an intersection. It's all insanity. They're spinning around. Who cares about like doing donuts or whatever, but they're putting people's lives in danger, and people have died at these events. And afterwards, when a lot of these people get arrested, which is the inevitable outcome, you have to arrest them because otherwise we're living in a lawless society. And I, for one, am going to reject that wholeheartedly. But when you start arresting them, there's a certain sector of people that responds and says, well, if you build a racetrack, these people will have somewhere to go and they won't be doing this.
But that
takes away the takeover. I wonder how true that is. Like, if you built a racetrack and there was a place for these people to safely do this and legally do this, which has been done, by the way, in different cities, they've tried this out. I saw one place where they said every Tuesday night or one night a week, whatever day it is, they allow the people to go do the donuts and spin around in their car, do all the stuff they do for an illegal street takeover, and get it out of their system without breaking the law. But I wonder if that would actually reduce the amount of this happening. I don't know if people would actually stop doing it.
No.
What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. I think people just do whatever they can get away with. That's my theory on life.
Well, if there's hundreds of other people getting away with it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, if you feel like there's so many people here, I'm never going to get arrested, I can do this, you're going to do it. That's why people on four-wheelers and dirt bikes drive through the streets and do whatever they want and break all the laws because they know they have power in numbers and the cops are usually just going to shrug their shoulders.
That's what they thought on January 6th, though.
Yeah, too many of them. They'll never get us.
That's what we all thought.
They'll never get every one of us. And then they decided to film this from every angle one could possibly imagine. Roseanne Barr has something that she's working on. Tell me if you're interested. She's written a new comedy series.
Oh, I thought for sure you were going to play the new music video.
No, I didn't. No. The one where she has the cornrows or whatever it is. Yeah. No, this is a new comedy series that Roseanne says she's working on. It is, quote, very offensive ideas and a lot of swearing that are featured in this. She said it's a cross between Roseanne and The Sopranos. I don't even know how to picture that, but That's what she's saying this is. She says, I live with my daughter and her husband and their 6 children on a farm, and they have goats running through their house and stuff. It's based on my life as a farmer in Hawaii. They save America with guns, the Bible, petty crime, and alcoholism.
Yeah, she sounds sane.
It's kind of like a Coen Brothers thing, she says. I don't know if this is going to bring in the numbers. I don't know.
I love that she tries to, like, scoop everybody in. With, like, it's like the Coen Brothers.
I can't even make sense of that. Okay, I live with my daughter and her husband, and there's 6 children on a farm. Okay, I can picture that. There are goats running through their house and stuff. It's based on my life as a farmer in Hawaii. Then this is where things get confusing. They save America with guns, the Bible, petty crime, and alcoholism.
Okay.
I can't picture that. I don't.
We'll have to wait to see.
It doesn't add up for me.
Man, all I need is guns.
Look at that. You'll be all set. The other thing was, we were talking about that ICE raid in Newark, New Jersey, and I wanted to see more information about ICE. So I had one of the fact checks from KHOU Houston.
Whoa, we're not using those anymore, Sean.
Yeah.
No more fact checking.
This will have to do. They said
community notes.
This is what ICE agents can and can't do now. ICE agents can enter public areas without permission. Anybody, including ICE agents, can enter public areas of an organization without permission. Areas open to the public can include lobbies, waiting areas, or parking lots. That doesn't mean ICE has the authority to stop, question, or arrest just anybody who's in a public area. That still requires a warrant or probable cause to believe that the person does not have legal status in the United States. The OR doing a lot of work there. Probable cause can be established through questioning of individuals who disclose their immigration status or documentation that indicates they are non-citizens. So it seems to me like it would go over to the mayor of Newark and go, if you think they did this and they should have had a warrant, go for it. What do you charge the people who are involved?
Part of that, what makes me curious about that, it said they can go into public areas.
Yeah, and that may have been what they did.
They went in the back door of this seafood place.
That wouldn't be a public area if it was the back door.
I mean, unless it was one of those places that you enter through the back door.
It could be. I don't know. I don't know about the particular place and how they executed this whole thing. I just know this is more common than people think because that's why ICE exists. And there's people every single day that are involved in these sort of operations. And if there's something that has gone wrong, if somebody's rights have been violated, then instead of just doing like a political press conference, push charges towards these people or, show the results of an investigation that says they did something wrong. I don't know if we've actually seen that here, though. But I know this is only the beginning. It's going to get a lot worse as this goes on because people get fired up over this. Okay, we are going to take a quick break. And then let me just tell this story since I tease it. The story about Philadelphia and the car that was driven into a crowd after the victory, because that's what you do. The incident occurred around 9:30 p.m., not long after the Eagles defeated the Washington Commanders at Lincoln Financial Field for the NFC Championship title and a spot in the Super Bowl. Somebody drove down this street, and 3 pedestrians were injured in the incident. They suffered non-life-threatening injuries, so it could have been a hell of a lot worse. I think they accidentally drove down the road and then kind of got stuck on this road and floored it, which is a terrible idea. But it turned dark when they were celebrating the Eagles' win and several people were injured. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, ICE rolls through Chicago with an unlikely helper. The best roller coaster in the world right here in Orlando. We'll talk sports with Brandon Kravitz. For trivia, it's tickets to MegaCon, Kansas, and Daytona 500 qualifying. Ray Trinley from TK Law drops by, plus your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
Good Monday morning, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson. And despite the fact that you might want a jacket this morning, we're going to be seeing a nice warm up and a really beautiful day unfold by later this afternoon. We'll see a mix of sunshine and clouds until skies give way to mostly clear conditions as we head over the course of the afternoon and evening. Temperatures today will be on the seasonable but warm side. It's going to feel very comfortable with a high of 73 degrees. We'll continue to warm things up through the end of the week with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s by Friday and Saturday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows
It's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get their home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get their team's expertise anytime.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit MillsAir.com.
Roll with Hard Rock Bet for Big Game 59 because we're rolling out over $5.9 million in bonus bets. The big game kicks off Sunday in New Orleans, but get your share of Big Easy bonus bets now so you can place more bets on us instead of using your own cash. It's the big game rollout. $5.9 million in promos only on Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Solar Source. What a great experience I've had with them. A couple of years ago, they heated my pool with solar, and now I've been raving about this ever since. They installed a solar battery backup system, so when everyone else loses their power, there's power outages, my house is still running, which is awesome. And now Solar Source is about to take it to the next level for me. My entire home is going to be run off solar energy, which is going to save me so much money on my electric bill. It can do the same thing for you. If you're tired of high-cost energy bills, trust this company. It's Solar Source. It's a company you can trust. They've installed over 60,000 systems since 1984. It's Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. You'll love working with them, and make that switch today because the future is solar powered with Solar Source. Great company, and you'll love working with them. Please tell them Russ Rollins sent you because friends of Russ Rollins save more money at Solar Source. solarsource.com/monster.
We talk a lot about the diamonds at International Diamond Center, but did you know that over half of our showroom is dedicated to fashion jewelry, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, rings?
A woman comes in, it might not be her statement piece that she wears every day, but for a night out with friends, she wants to find that piece that truly shows her character and her taste.
IDC's Ryan McMahon says he loves seeing women come in and treat themselves.
And they deserve it. Every lady should have multiple pieces of jewelry that make her feel confident and happy when she wears it.
Colored gemstones, mixed metal styles, stackable pieces, bold looks, IDC has it all from the world's premier designers.
Our fashion pieces, they don't just sit stagnant. They're constantly changing out. We always have our thumb on the pulse of the industry. When you come into one of our stores, you see all of the latest looks that you'll see on any TV program, magazine, you name it.
Find the perfect piece of jewelry for any occasion or no occasion at all at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, EasyCater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at EasyCater.com.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song. Get your max tax refund guaranteed, and new customers get $100 to switch. Don't miss the boat. Book an appointment with experts today. Limited time offer for new clients, participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thank you for being with us today. It's always appreciated. We'll be back here tomorrow to do it all over again. Want to learn more about the show? Go to the website, as I said. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, and you can learn everything you need to know, including how to join us with a dispatch right there on the site. And right now, it's time for the final dispatches. All right?
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Let's see. We don't have a lot of time here, so we are down to probably the last one. Let's see who will play. Let's go to Sport Johnson with the dispatch.
What up, Junkie Butt? Hey, to go back to some of the misleading things you guys were talking about, like with the lice and the brushing teeth 3 times a day and the shampoo conditioner in one.
Mm-hmm.
We got one recently. My wife got me some one-a-days. I don't know if you guys know what they are, but they're like a vitamin supplement.
Yeah.
And she got them for me about 2 weeks ago. And I've been taking them for 2 weeks now. And I look on the back of the bottle yesterday. You know what it says?
What?
On the back of my one-a-day supplement? Minimum 2 pills a day.
Okay.
Oh, really?
What the hell? The name is one-a-day.
How could this happen in America? Thank you, Sport Johnson.
One a day,
Appreciate
one a
it. I guess so, yeah. What, maybe one thing that you have to take a day 2 times? Why can't they just put them together? It seems like that should be easier. You're peeing half of that stuff out anyhow. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. And let's see what's happening as we wrap everything up today. We got, let's see. Some of these I don't even need to do. Lizzo sharing a photo celebrating meeting her weight goals. And, of course, online that just turns into a giant big dumpster fire for anybody writing anything. She looked great. She looked like she dropped a lot of pounds. It didn't say how much. But she said, even at the end of my weight loss journey, I'm not going to be considered thin by any means, but I will be happy, and I am happy, she said. She started this in March of 2024. She looks like about a third of the size that she was when everything started
16% body fat in 2 years.
That's a big jump, man. That's a lot. All right, here we go. Let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, January 27th, 2025. Today I learned this gentleman right here.
Billy Joel, Elton John.
That's right. Elton John never performed the Princess Diana version of Candle in the Wind again after her funeral in 1997. They would ask him on all the anniversaries, the 10th or whatever, and he would say, no, I'm not going to do it. Man. I'm just going to leave it in that moment. That's where I think it should be. Goodbye, England's Rose, a.k.a. Candle in the Wind. 1997 was the redo of that song as a tribute to Princess Diana after her tragic death. And finally, today I learned this lady, one of the ladies from this group right here. Yeah, that's right. The mamas and the papas is correct, actually. I was going to give you the daddies and the mommies as a hint, but didn't even need to do that. It's easy enough. Mama Cass Elliott, the rumor that she had died of choking on a ham sandwich was spread by her own manager because he wanted to get something out there that wasn't about drugs, which is what really killed Mama Cass. And he was like, oh, she died because she choked on a ham sandwich, which also not great. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com.